my life till it's out with your lights. Do it all for the Christ, and he ain't playing nice. Knew the end from the start. Fix your face like it's art. The sons of a simp, call him Bart. Yeah, you did your best, played your part. But now it's time to cut you to the heart. Flex on occasion. It's the strangest of the salvation. You see it, believe it, amazing. Them terrorists coming invasion since the creation. War, mine, Lord, bless the general. Greatest nation, eat them unequivocal. Bombs dropping, buddy, cause it's biblical. Start shit, now it's time to finish. Whoa. Said he won't vote, he looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
I can't wait for our kingdom to start and for there to be finished. Get rid of all of their idols and lying religions. Look for the crown like an Edris. Hey, this that crown talk. Wisdom of Solomon 5 talk. This that second Edris 6 and 9. We want eyes talk. It's your time to end and my time begin. It's our time to win. Away with the sin. You know what it is. Rejoice with my kin. See that is why we repented. Go to streets, I can see myself in it. The city is bright, the kingdom of light. A wonderful sight past the angels, the inner light. I need 1,000 years of labor. Sit on my throne with my savior. Try to know wine, press alone. He bring pain like major. You think the nations is equal to us? T.K. Kirkland, who raised you? Flex on occasion, my God a racist. That's why we moving with patience. It's been a long time coming. I spent my whole life running. Now that I'm 10 toes down and established my faith on 100. Woe to the nations, my king will race them. You know they gotta be punished. Jeremiah 25. Yeah, you know they gon' fry. Whoa! Said he won't vote, he looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
Yeah. Shalom, shalom,
All
shalom.
right, all right.
Yeah. Most High in Christ
Yes,
bless
sir.
y'all. Shalom, family. Yeah. Hey, we got a special show. Oh, see, y'all know who it is. We got Deacon Laba in the house tonight.
Yes, sir.
We got
Shalom,
Deacon Laba in the house tonight. Deke, how you doing, bro?
Man, we good, man. What
All
you
praise.
talking about, man? We in the hot show out here, man. That's what we talking about, man.
Yes, y'all. We
sir.
had this past weekend. We had the Black Joy Parade, and Deacon came out. You know what I'm saying, and blessed us with his presence.
Come
you
on.
know, and stuck around. Get on this Nehemiah Squad. We about to get into it crazy tonight, D.
You have to tell the real deal, man. Right now, New York ain't having it going on right now with that big storm, man.
Right.
The Lord want us to. The Lord want me to be here today.
That's right.
Bro.
That's right. Real talk. Hey, you right about that. I left out some key components. You know what I mean? That weather was crazy in New York.
Yeah.
So the Lord said, no, you stay back and do the Nehemiah Squad.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Guess what? We got another guest in the house tonight. Captain Hananiah. What's going
That's
on, my
right.
brother?
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Blessed to be here. Thank y'all, Nehemiah Squad, for
Yeah.
inviting us here and be able to be a part of something great. All praises to the
All
Most High.
praises. This is Cap's second time. You know, last time he came on, we did the Red Line show. It was,
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
beautiful show.
beautiful
That was
show.
one of our favorites right there.
That was a beautiful show.
All praises. Officer Shem, you in the house. What's going on,
Yes,
bro?
sir. Yes, sir. Hey, shalom. Y'all know what it is. We about to have a hell of a show tonight.
All right, y'all. So, yo, listen, we're going to get into it, all right? We're going to pick up from last week because we
Yes,
had
sir.
that Epstein show was insane. So, more madness is in them files, so we couldn't leave it alone. We had to get back to it. Throw that thumbnail up there, y'all. Throw that thumbnail up there. All right? So, yeah, they on vampire status.
Yeah.
Epstein and this other guy named Epstein Nygard. We're going to get into them tonight, y'all. All right? Wickedness in High Places Part 2, the Elite Vampire Network. All right? So we're going to start off with video with number 8. Play number 8, y'all. Y'all should have that already tuned up and ready to go. All right, come on.
Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone love into this.
Hey, put up that disclaimer.
I was executive producer on the Peter Nygard case. the
Yes,
guy in the
I
fashion
wanted-
All right, hit pause for a second. Y'all know this man. This is Chris Hansen, right? He always dealing with the pedophiles, right? He always chasing them down. It was To Catch a Predator, right? So he was the guy from To Catch a Predator. So he actually did an interview with the guy Peter Nygard, but he didn't get a chance to release it because they already threw him in jail and all of that. But he's gonna talk about him right now. He plays.
So a lot of people don't know about him.
Yeah, so
We covered him one time because
We
we consider him to be a cool guy.
The Cool Guy Club.
Guys,
that's a bad club right
yeah,
there.
that's not a good club.
Yeah.
That's what we call them, the cool guys.
Yeah.
So this guy's like
There
one of
he
the
is
founding
on that.
members of the cool guy. And
There
then
he is
the
on the
cool
other
guy.
monitor. But yeah,
Peter Nygard. So we.
Will you brief people on like Peter who don't know though? Like
Peter Nygard is a multi-millionaire, borderline billionaire, Canadian fashion mogul. If you bought a pair of women's jeans in most department stores, there was a high chance that Nygard made them. Dillard sold all this stuff. A lot of mid-level department stores and some higher-end department stores. He did private label stuff. So he made a ton of money, and he had his headquarters in New York, Winnipeg, big place in Marina del Rey in Los Angeles, and a huge compound in the Bahamas.
All right, pause right there.
And
pause right there. So the guy's a fashion designer, right, doing nothing but women's clothes, and then he has a compound in the Bahamas, right? And it's like we were talking this weekend, Deke, and you was bringing up the Bahamas, how with some wickedness going on in the Bahamas. They always going into these islands to do all this foolishness. And so that's the same thing that he did, all right? But hit play, y'all. I ain't want y'all to stop. Go ahead.
Bahamas, he was recruiting very young women for sex. It involved drugging, forced rape. All rape is forced, but it was aggressive. And investigators believe that he's probably sexually assaulted thousands of women over 50 years.
Wow.
From women who wanted to be models to young children,
Jesus Christ,
involving
man.
druggings, violent, brutal, physically aggressive sexual assaults. And he got away with it because he was buying people off. And he was intimidating guys like me with lawsuits, and because he was in Canada, the CBC was onto him. Well, he, made their lives hell.
Yeah.
And we were fully anticipating being in his crosshairs.
Yeah.
And we didn't because of the timing of the thing. He was actually arrested and indicted just as we were getting ready to roll this out on Discovery Plus.
Right. So hit pause. So they was doing a whole documentary on him to put him out there, to let the people know what kind of demon he was. But right when they about to release it, the Canadian police was already on him, so they bagged him up. But the bottom line is, this is the guy who we talked about last week, who was drinking the blood of the women and all of that. They said over 50 years, thousands of women he raped, drugged, and even made children with.
But these are the same people. You remember the Playboy Mansion?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all these things. All these guys get away with.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you said. Our people have to understand where we at. When you see white folks, then you understand that anywhere you see evil, they're right there.
Damn.
It's because they are the seed of the evils, the evildoer.
Yep.
Go ahead, Cap.
You have something? Oh, okay.
No. As a matter of fact, Cap, since I'm here, man, y'all better just got hot in there, man. Yeah, Luke 16, right?
Yeah. Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, you know what I want?
Yes, sir. It's the book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 15. And he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts.
Come on.
For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Right. Because today we call them our stars, our role models. But we don't know nothing about these life of these men. But the Lord revealing them right now. So you may understand that what place you in is a place of corruption. These men are evil men, corruptible men. Come on, Cap.
Now, all praises. Because what you have here is people look up to this man because guess what? He's out there getting all the models.
Yep.
All the modeling agencies, they go to him. You know what I mean? So everybody know, this is the guy to know. That's why we saw that video last week with all of them sisters sitting with him. And he had them scared to death, talking about, I'll pay anything for your period blood. What? It was sick.
Well, that was that dude?
Yeah, that same guy right
Peter
there.
Nygard, the same guy.
That same guy.
He was paying for their kids.
Yes.
Their period blood.
Yep.
Placentas. He was talking about some crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, he wanted to pay for the abortion babies.
Yeah, that's what it was. The aborted babies.
Right. You know, hit play. Might be a little bit more on that.
It is really, really, I mean, I did a lot of the interviews with the victims in the Bahamas, and it was just absolutely draining.
It sounds like
the courage that these young women had to come forward.
Oh my God, I can't imagine.
And then, you know, he was involved in all this stem cell stuff. So he was allegedly impregnating young women, coercing them into having abortions, and then having the stem cells harvested from the aborted fetuses to inject in himself.
Oh my!
In this quest for never-ending youth and virility.
Right.
I mean, is there anything more evil? I don't think I've heard of anything more evil in my life. That might be the worst thing I've ever heard.
And then, you know, to top it off, I get a phone call one day. We're up to our eyeballs in this investigation, and a guy calls me who I've known for many years. He's involved in a lot of things, and says, "Hey, it's that Nygard story you're working on." I said, "Yeah, absolutely." He said, "Call this guy," and it ended up being the lawyer who represented the guy who was his videographer for 3 years, who just out of a sense of justice shared all those hundreds of hours of video. So not only did he have the pamper parties and all that,
God.
we had
pamper parties.
You know, the private jet and the stripper pole and going to Asia to get the stem cell research. I mean, all of that we had. So suddenly a great story turns into an incredibly rich story with video that has never been seen before.
It sounds a lot like like there's parallels to the.
Hit pause. So the guy that was working for him is the one who brought out all the video, and that's how he wound up getting caught. Because that evil had to stop.
But let me show you something, Ken. They're missing something.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Why that thing was not revealed to the media? Why they keep it a month? You know what I mean? It's still
exactly.
It's still he paid them off. You understand?
Right.
These things should be all over the media. These
right.
Same thing, man, like what we see today about the Donald Trump, your Jay-Z, your Oprah.
Right.
I mean, hanging in the island with these filthy. But it's the same things. They're supposed to reveal it like this thing right here.
Right.
But he was still buying them off. Right. Why would the government hold these things in?
Right.
You see what I'm saying to you?
100%. Remember, they said over 50 years and thousands of rapes. You know how much time he got? 11 years.
11 years.
11 years. You get
no,
11 years for
vacation.
That's exactly. Is he even in jail? You know what I mean?
No.
We don't know where
I'm
he
about
at.
to say that. And after 11 years, he might do 2, and they reverse it and let him walk away.
Right.
Straight up.
Come on, man. Well, they talked about something called the pamper parties, right? Bring up number 2, y'all. Bring up number 2. Because it was something he had that they were calling pamper parties. This guy was out of control. All right, when y'all get there, just hit play.
Yes, number 2, fellas.
In course language. Viewer discretion is.
All right, so y'all see what it is, right? It's going to be a little bit of bad language and all that. So if y'all don't want the kids to hear, just take them out the room, all right? Hit play, y'all.
The following program may contain sexuality and coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
We have some breaking news for you. Canadian fashion mogul Peter Nygard has been arrested.
Following a request from the U.S. Justice Department to begin extradition.
He's been indicted in the Southern District of New York on multiple charges of sex trafficking minors and racketeering.
I'm Bob McEwen in Toronto. It is the Me Too era, punctuated by names like Epstein and Weinstein. And now there is another, Peter Nygard, with allegations of rape and sexual assault against the Canadian fashion icon by more than 80 women in over 4 decades from several different countries. And now with an arrest for sex trafficking and racketeering. And underlying it all, one fundamental question.
Bring that back for a minute. Pay attention, brothers. Bring that back. 80 women. For how long? How many years he been doing it?
Come on.
80 women. That don't make no sense.
Right.
Man.
No, that number don't make no
that
sense.
That thing just passed by people, man.
Right. That number, the first number we heard was right. 1,000.
Now it's 80.
Yeah.
You don't find that suspicious?
That's crazy.
Right.
Going in Toronto. It is the Me Too era, punctuated by names like Epstein and Weinstein. And now there is another, Peter Nygard, with allegations of rape and sexual assault against the Canadian fashion icon by more than 80 women in over 4 decades from several different countries. And now with an arrest for sex trafficking and racketeering. And underlying it all, one fundamental question. How did it stay a secret for so long? This is the Fifth Estate.
No, hit pause. But that's what you. But Deke, that's the question you just posed. How could that not get to the press? Because the whole time he's still flipping his money around from behind bars, wherever he at. Yo, pay that man, pay her, pay this one. Yeah.
Because the reason the Canada government arrested him is because you remember he had big case in Bahamas as well.
That's right.
Because they keep him there so they cannot send him outside.
Right.
And trying to charge him in Canada so he can be protected.
Right.
But they don't care about stuff like that. What about the things he did in Bahamas?
Right.
What about that case? If there was us, they would have charged with every country and everything. But this white boy, they're talking about 80 people for a century. Come on, man. You're crazy, man.
Right.
You're white people crazy.
And it's funny you said that because the United States did try to extradite him. They said it was initiated. You know what I mean? But they was protecting him. But hit play, y'all. Wait till y'all hear this thing coming up. Hit play.
447, what has he got? If not himself, then he has not.
Peter Nygard, as you've never seen him before.
He told me to film everything, so I had terabytes of footage.
This is previously unreleased footage, which Nygard's personal videographer is now sharing with us.
When I first was hired, Nygard told me that the reason why Jesus is so popular is because he had a good PR team. My job was...
Hit pause. You see the devil? You see the devil? The reason Jesus is so popular because he had a good PR team. But that's what he tried to do.
But he's Jesus.
Right. Yeah. Caesar.
Yeah.
You can't make this up, bro. Go ahead.
Literally everything.
Start spreading your legs.
And Stephen Ferraglio is also speaking out for the first time.
Nobody else in my world of Nygard has this evidence.
He used his power, his influence, his brand to show the world that I am Peter Nygard and I control everything I touch.
Hey, yo.
Very nice, very nice.
It's so disgusting, your fucking behaviors. It's the worst fucking place I visit. Sheer fucking neglect.
He knew how to buy people. He bought out politicians.
The young girls and women felt I had no choice.
Hey, pause it right quick. You see in every frame, it ain't nothing but Jake around him, right? Look, he ain't got nothing but Jake around him. He trying to keep us in sin and trying to make us use us as the poster boards and the poster childs for this type of stuff, so they can get into the minds of all of the rest of us, man. It's crazy, bro. Rewind it a couple minutes. A couple seconds to play it again. Go ahead, Kat.
And that's true what you said, but also he physically wants to get a piece of you. You know what I mean? He needs them black women. He needs them. He said that's the strongest, that's the best thing. So Deke, what he was doing, he was taking these young black girls, impregnating them, killed the child at 8 months, and then extract the stem cells and everything, blood and the marrow, because that's going to more get with his body because that's his DNA.
Yes.
So that's he can get younger.
Right, exactly.
That's coagulation. When you merge two matters together, and the person, in their mind and their body, they merge two atoms together.
Right.
They make that person stronger.
Right. And they live by that.
But you know what's so heavy behind that? Is under democracy.
Yes.
Wow.
Right. You know how you know it's under democracy, and somebody might say, but that don't make no sense. You know how you know it's under democracy? He just sat there and sang, I did it my way.
Yeah.
That's what democracy is about, doing it your way. Your way. You know?
Hey, can I get some? Hey, give me First Maccabee real quick before we get. First Maccabee 1 and 42. 42, 43. Because Officer Shem brought up a point earlier that our people, he using our people, but some of our people consenting to go with him.
Oh, yeah.
For that dollar bill. You understand?
Come on. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 42. and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites.
Many of you Israelites, you blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, come on.
Consented to his religion.
You went along with it. You went along with his evil.
Right.
You understand? You went along with his demonic, you said impregnate them 8 months, he take the baby out. They went along with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on.
And sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath.
That's what they did. They went away from God and followed the devil.
That's right. Let me back you up on that, Capo.
Yep.
Let me get Jeremiah 8 and 10. Right? Because he said that our people consented. But this is why we do it for the bread. Everything is about money.
Yep.
It's like, I got a check. I'm getting money. That's what it's all about. Read that thing, bro.
Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse
Start at 9.
Your man,
Come on.
Your mic.
Hey, somebody make sure
Verse
his
9.
mic is on.
The wise men are ashamed. They are dismayed and taken.
Go ahead.
Lo, they have rejected the word of the Lord.
Right.
And what wisdom is in them?
Right. They have rejected the word of the Lord. That's where it starts. Once y'all reject the laws, that's where it starts. Read on.
Therefore will I give their wives unto others.
Go ahead.
And their fields to them that shall inherit them. For everyone, from the least even unto the greatest, is given to covetousness.
You see that? From the least to the greatest is given to covetousness. That's what Cat was bringing out. We gave ourselves over, consented. Why? Because we want something. We want the money. We wanted the glory of the Greeks. Remember? Best of all. Left the priesthood and all that.
Yep.
You know?
That's the American dream, too. Bro.
Right. That's that American dream.
You done with that?
Yeah, finish 10, bro.
Yeah, finish that.
Even from the prophet, even unto the priest.
Right.
Everyone dealeth falsely.
Right. Everyone dealeth falsely. Go ahead, D.
Our people is in a great world of ignorance, man. Let's get that in wisdom of Solomon.
Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful one.
Come on. Me too, right quick.
Yep.
Because what we're revealing right now, their eyes cannot see it.
Right.
The prophet had to come out and show you this. Right. Your regular eyes cannot see that.
Right.
You're in the land of your captivity. Then your slave master is the most evil people in this planet Earth.
Right.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God.
Wait, read that thing again.
Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God.
Come on.
But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called a peace.
Right. That's the mindset our people is on. Now let's see what the knowledge is. You remember Sirach 19:19? Get to the point.
Yes, sir.
There's some crazy stuff going on in the world today.
Sirach
being revealed, secret things being revealed. Come on.
Sirach chapter 19 and verse 19.
Let's go. Come on.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
Read that thing again.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
You remember what Captain Hananiah just said earlier. That's why they want us to stay away from the commandments.
Right.
Because the commandment going to reveal your perverseness.
That's right.
The commandment going to reveal that you ain't right. So they're keeping you away from God's commandments. Now you're in the world of your enemy with thinking that everything corrupt become good in your eyes.
Right.
Yeah, you think about modeling, for example.
Right.
There's no difference between modeling than a regular prostitute.
No, 100%.
Now you seeing that all these fame, you understand? Now you see where they come from. Strictly from the damn devil himself.
Exactly.
The white man.
Yep. Because once you reach the top, guess who you got to talk to? Peter Nygard, the vampire.
Yep.
You know? That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I told you the young sister, I was watching something last week. The young sister, she was a model. She went to the island. Then she said they used toy on her, like painful toy.
Right.
Then they let her go for a couple of, probably a year or two. Then homeboy called her and said, yo, I got a job for you. I can make your life easier. Then she become the gateway for him.
Right.
Like collect all the chicks for him.
Right. Right. She became
so crazy.
Yeah, she became the recruiter.
She had the recruiter, right.
Yeah.
Some crazy stuff.
That was sick. You know what I mean? Hit play, y'all.
The tragic story.
Peter Nygard fought in court for years to keep this video private. Now, Stephen Ferraglio is making it public, beginning here with the Fifth Estate. Peter Nygard's name has been recognized here in the Bahamas for years, but arguably never more so than right now, with all the headlines about rape allegations and lawsuits. We're on our way to a private location to meet with the women behind those claims.
It was me, my sister.
Pause.
People, man.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This is what it is, y'all.
Yeah, you know this. Which place they pick?
That's right.
Next to the water. Those waterfronts.
Yeah,
those waterfronts.
That's what you was
bro.
bringing up. That's what you was bringing up, D. Yeah, that's what you talked about. The Lord saw their madness and had a tsunami waiting for 2 days and then wiped the whole place out.
2 days, the thing sit in Bahamas. Destroy it all, man. From Nassau, Bahamas, Freeport, and the other island up there.
Yeah.
The Lord sent a storm. That storm stayed for 2 days. Send an angel to destroy the whole thing, man.
Damn. These people is demons, man. But hit play, y'all.
My cousin were inside the mall on a Saturday, and then we ended up
Pull it back a little bit, y'all. Pull it back a little bit. All right, y'all listen close. She got an accent. All right, that's Benjamin. Behave yourselves. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
It was me, my sister, and my cousin were inside the mall on a Saturday, and then we ended up passing Nygard Slim store.
In a class action lawsuit filed in New York, she's among the first to come forward, called Jane Doe Number 1. And this is the first TV interview about her experience with Nygard. Just graduated from grade 9, she was shopping for pens.
Damn. Wait a minute. No, we can't let that go by.
9th grade.
She just got out the 9th grade.
Hell no.
And this demon went and got her. But hit play.
Store in the Bahamas.
Nygard came, took my measurements because he said he wanted to make sure all his customers have something that could fit them. Then we went to the front and took pictures.
This is Peter Nygard himself.
Yes.
Did you know who Peter Nygard was then?
Yeah, I know he had a key in the Bahamas, Nygard key.
And you knew he had a fashion
He had a store
company.
name after him.
What she says happened next is now a familiar plot in the Bahamas.
He asked me about the modeling, and then this lady came and took my number.
Did you in fact hear from her?
3 days later, she told me she was coming to pick me up and about time to be ready for.
You're being picked up at your home and taken to Nygard Key?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had dinner. I still thought we were going to have this discussion about the modeling.
And did he in fact mention that?
No.
Pause.
But after he told me, let's go somewhere.
Pause it. You heard that? After he got her there was no more talk of modeling. The model talk was done.
That's their dream, brother.
Exactly.
That's their temptation the world offers.
Yep. Oh, man. All right, hit play, y'all.
He led her by covetousness, like you brought her, out earlier, Cap. He played on her lust and the things that she coveted after.
Yes. Yep.
And tricked her. That's how I go.
Damn. Satan. Go ahead, hit play, y'all.
You're being picked up at your home and taken to Nygard Key?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had dinner. I still thought we were going to have this discussion about the modeling.
Oh, a second.
Did he in fact?
1 second. Hey, listen. They said that he went to the home and picked her up. You understand? So the parents is there.
Yes.
Of course. You would think the parents would say, let me go sit with this demon and see that he talking about, well, my kid before I let them just go.
Yeah. No. But
they're white people.
Right.
They're God.
Exactly. Thank you. I was about to say that's Jesus.
That's Jesus to her.
Yeah. Damn.
That's crazy.
And she said, you notice what she said too? She said they all knew who Peter Nygard was on the island.
Yep.
So to mess with him is like messing with a president. Oh, shoot.
Money.
Right.
Money.
That bread.
Green.
The covetousness.
That bread.
He played on their covetousness. Hey, let me get 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15 right quick. Get that for me, Officer JDL.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 15.
In the spirit. I got that in that note.
Yeah. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
See, if you love not the world nor the things in this world, then your covetousness can't be played on.
Right.
If you understood what was really going on, he would a person wouldn't be able to play you like that. Go ahead.
Right. If any man love the world,
if you love this world, if you love the world and the things of this world, it's easy for you to get God over on like that. Come on.
The love of the Father is not in him.
You see that, and God is nowhere near that transaction because it's of this world. If you stay away from the world and the things of this world, you wouldn't be getting played like that. Nobody could play on your covetousness like that.
Hey, but the thing in the world is fame, fortune,
Right.
notoriety to be seen. That's the thing they seeing in the world. You
Right.
understand?
Straight up.
To go along with you going over.
Yeah, straight up, Cass.
Right. You remember what the devil said? Vanity.
Yep.
Right.
Vanity.
Right. Right. For those of y'all who never seen The Devil's Advocate, go watch that movie.
Yeah.
For
real.
It's on point. Go ahead, play, y'all.
I mentioned that.
No. But after he told me, let's go somewhere quiet so we discuss business.
Where did you go?
To his bedroom.
Now, hit pause. Now you know that this is all covetousness, right?
Yeah.
Here you got a young girl, 9th grade. How old is that? 15?
About 15 years old. Yeah.
And she going in the bed with that monster?
To discuss business. That's the type of business.
Yeah.
She correct. That's because there is no business discuss but the bathroom discuss.
For real. She should have wanted to run out of there.
Yep.
But she said, you know what? This is my big break.
Yep.
And listen, and we know that the sister was young and she was mentally, she was controlled, right? So we're not blaming her to that effect. But I'm pretty sure her parents probably told her, yo, don't be going nowhere with these damn strangers. In the islands? Come on. Hit play, y'all.
You gotta really decide in your head just what is it you want to do, and in a systematic way you drive yourself towards it. And then you have to say, okay, if I'm going to do this, this is what I have to do to get there.
It is not hard to find Peter Nygard boasting about his business prowess or his humble beginnings.
We didn't have running water. We didn't have heat.
Born in Finland, he arrived in Canada in 1952, the son of immigrants to Manitoba. By 1967, he had bought into a small women's clothing.
Hey, y'all, where we at? I want to get to 626. 520, get to 626. I want to jump into that. And y'all who watching, y'all stay tuned. We got some stuff on y'all friend Epstein. Don't think we forgot about him.
Yeah, you know what that proved, man. When you see these people in the island, they had a cause. They're coming for a cause.
That's right.
They're not here to come help you, black people, Spanish people. They're not there to come help you.
Right.
They're coming to explore you, rape, murder. That's the same people.
Yeah.
We was under captivity under.
That's right.
That's a slave in us. You think that changed, black people? You think these people really change?
No.
That make you stupid to think that way.
Right. Hold on. Now that you're saying that, because you said when you see them in the island, go to Genesis 27.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Lord said.
Bring it out. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 39.
Come on.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above.
Y'all heard that? The Lord said, the father Isaac, right? You know, in the spirit of Christ, told Esau, the so-called white man, that you gonna have the best places on earth to live.
Right.
Right. Read on though.
And by thy sword, And by thy sword,
go ahead,
shalt thou live.
And what you think? Because he wasn't using an actual sword and gun, that he wasn't. That's how he was living, by what? Manipulation and money and threats of violence and all of that. This is how they shall live. Go ahead.
And shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
And that's exactly what they did. And go wherever we are and just destroy us.
Yep.
All right? But go ahead, hit play.
For about 3 years, videographer Stephen Ferralia was paid to document virtually everything that went on in Peter Nygard's world.
Every time Nygard was in Bahamas, he would have a pamper party.
There you go. That's what's called a pamper party. Meaning what? The women were being pampered. A lot of you sisters, you love being pampered, right? Oh, I got to go to the spa. I want to be. So once they hear a pamper party, they like, oh, man. And this man pulling out all the stops. Money is no expense.
Right.
You know how long his money was going in that place? In the Bahamas? I mean, the Bahamas is, I think that's United States, though, right? They call it the U.S. I think that's U.S. cut. So, but the bottom line is they was being pampered. Go ahead.
On a Sunday. It would involve food, alcohol, dancing, music. volleyball, poker. Everyone would be drinking, they would be partying.
Those parties were promoted as a way to pamper local women with relaxation and fun. At least that's how Nygard.
Yeah, you notice they left the drugs behind. How about the weed smoking? What about the coke, the heroin?
Oh,
right.
Yeah, you notice they left that behind.
For real. Because you know they had to do that.
Describe them.
It wasn't the pamper party that he described. Everything was just a giant illusion.
Rachette Ross began working as Nygard's massage therapist in 2009.
Well, as time went on, I realized it wasn't really a job. It was a giant whorehouse.
Oh, man.
Ross said she didn't like what she saw at Nygard's parties, but felt she had no choice but to go along.
I was the only breadwinner in my home, and I had 6 dependents. In the Bahamas, no job is going to pay me what Nygard is paying me to do what I do.
Do you hear that?
You see that?
Hey,
You sell your own people for that dollar.
Yeah.
That was hard to listen to right there. Although we know it, the fact that she was saying to herself she couldn't do nothing else on earth to take care of family.
Yep.
Now you telling me that you the only one that could take care of 6 people in your family? No, because look at it, D. Right now she not under Nygard, right?
Yeah.
But look how destroyed she is.
Exactly. I'm about to say that.
Look, eyes is blue, hair blonde.
Yeah, the Fu Manchu hairdo.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The Magneto wig, as you call it.
Hey, yo.
Bro, you remember a scripture we read earlier? They say those are those that justify themselves before.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
she
praises.
put it. She playing in people's emotion.
Right.
I had kids to take care of. But that's okay if I sell my people. But I had this and that to take care of.
Right.
That's the same thing. Those who justify themselves in the eyes of men.
It's wicked.
Hey,
That's
Dick,
what you
I
do,
had
right?
to go along.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yep.
You didn't have to do nothing.
Yep.
Hey, get that Proverb 11:21.
For real.
I had to go along. That's the only way I could live. They had no other jobs on the island.
For real.
Every stripper got the same language.
For real.
Same story.
Come on.
Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 21.
Bring it out.
Though hand join in hand.
Though hand joining, she was joining hand with this wicked, evil brother
100%.
to destroy her own people.
Yep.
Come on.
The wicked shall not be unpunished.
She's not gonna go and not be punished. God gonna punish her when He punish him as well. Yep. She gonna get her punishment with her involvement with dealing with that vampire, that devil.
Yeah.
She seen much evil. She could have been left and never came back. She said it came back because why? She was hand in hand with the evil that was going on there in the Bahamas.
Cap, she probably had a bigger role than what she's saying. You know,
No, she did play a bigger role.
she didn't. She just wasn't no massage therapist, man. She was recruiting too.
Yep.
She was out there getting them young sisters to come up in there too.
Yep.
And Peter rubbed her the wrong way. Everybody that got something to do with this had something to do with Peter Nygard and his scheme and what he was doing. He just wasn't. Something just went bad, and now they all grouped up against him to out him.
Right.
Yeah, because that proved that what you said. Look at her today. Look just like a white woman.
Right.
But if you despise what they did to your people, why would you look like that?
Right.
You see that fake eyes. You see that all that thing. She's an image of that damn devil, man.
Yes. Because his DNA is imprinted on her right now.
That's what you see right now.
Yeah.
Now she's crying inside, crying. All the things that they had to get themselves into. Now, like the officer said, now she's playing in people's emotion.
Right.
You know what happened to her? They gave her immunity, not for her to go to jail.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
She had to give them up.
Yep. Exactly, 100%.
Come on, man.
Well, even the cameraman, he
yes,
you knew day one that stuff was evil, but you recorded it everything for 3 years straight.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Terabytes worth of stuff.
Even though him that giving this thing, he afraid that he might go to jail. So he said, you know what?
Exactly.
Let me reveal it first before that.
For real.
Right.
Because if you had the job, it's not that you give up in the first
right
section. You're like, no, I'm not going to do this.
Exactly.
You've been doing it for years. Follow that man. You know what he does.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden now, I mean, he was the evil. Or you just find out he's evil.
Right.
Right.
He the one who was he probably was home watching the tapes.
Yeah.
When he was by himself.
Yeah. No, he was on it, man. That dude was on it. The cameraman was on it. I'm telling you, that was on it.
Yeah, he
for
probably
that long.
Yeah, for real. For real, he probably removed the ones that he was on. He threw those out.
Yeah, he edited them. He edited himself right on out of it.
Hell yeah, man. Hit play.
Crazy.
The pamper party was something set up to lure girls in for Mr. Nygard to have sex with them.
Mm-hmm.
Nygard would just come down and choose a girl. Usually
them
they
is
would be
young
drunk.
kids,
He'd
man.
be grabbing them, dancing with them, and then at the end of the night, he would give me this signal, and that meant stop filming, and he would go upstairs to the room, sometimes with 2 or 3 or more girls.
I could remember a Bahamian girl going up to Nygard's room. She didn't want to have sex with him, and she managed to get out. She was naked, and she ran straight to the gate, and she tried to climb it.
You ain't helping.
Not at
And
all.
his bodyguard came, and he dragged her down the fence, and he carried her back.
At parties like these, this was a common sight. And some of the women Nygard chose couldn't have fled if they'd wanted to.
Hey, y'all. They dropped that video.
Yeah, man, but you see what the music that you remember. What was the movie we went to see?
Sinners?
Yeah, Sinners.
Yeah,
you see me what they cut the music
Yep.
they would listen to.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's unbelievable. But she said she's telling a story like she couldn't do nothing about it. You see the girl run up the fence, and you just watching it, talking about, they dragged her back and took. Come on, and then you showed up for work the next day like nothing happened.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah, our people are sick in the damn head, man.
As long as I get paid, I ain't gonna say nothing.
For real.
That's our people.
All right,
Don't
now
see nothing.
Right. Don't see, don't hear nothing.
Yep.
Now check this out, y'all. This is insane right here. So now we're gonna start talking about. We're gonna get into, and we wanted to show a little bit background on that guy Peter Nygard because he's a sicko. Right now he's in jail. He's doing 11. I think they convicted him in 2023. Right, he was old as hell. He might not make it up out of there unless he might still be drinking that blood. You know what I mean? Maybe they're bringing him blood in the prison.
To him, all right.
Yeah,
But paying him.
Yeah, for real. But hey, bring up video number 6. All right. Now this they're gonna be talking about our guy Epstein over here. When I say our guy, you know what I'm talking about. But he had a ranch in Santa Fe. Matter of fact, you know what? Hold on. Before y'all bring that up, I wanted to show y'all this, right? Because the guy talks like he's such a smooth character, like you wouldn't even know he's a demon.
Just like Bill Clinton.
No, for real. Hey, bring up number 12, and we're just gonna play the beginning of the video, like around 30 seconds or so. We're gonna play the beginning, and he's gonna mention this place, but he's gonna mention it like it's just a little place where they go to relax. Not even relax, but do some work. Video number 12, y'all, and then we're going to come right back to number 6.
The secrets of Jeffrey Epstein remain tightly guarded, but earlier this year, I spearheaded a wired investigation that uncovered the data of almost 200 mobile phones.
That ain't what I want. I want number 12.
Before we get into the deep stuff, let's just talk.
Okay, that's it.
I want to do inquiry from the other.
Pull it up, y'all. Put it up on the screen.
Out. Before we get into the deep stuff, let's just talk. Let's give some basics or some things I want to do inquiry from the others. Walk me through the Santa Fe Institute. What was it about?
Hit pause. He said so. The interviewer is asking him, walk me through the Santa Fe Institute. So the Santa Fe Institute is in New Mexico, right? Watch what he says.
The time, the math, and this was in the late 90s. So they're not going to hear me on this part, right? We're going to do it both ways?
It will not be on the video, but we do have you recorded.
Fine. Remember, when you're answering on these questions, I'm not in the shot, and they're never going to hear my voice. So a little bit, you got to repeat in your answer, you got to repeat what my question was.
Oh,
a little bit.
Okay.
Santa Fe Institute. Why, when you're at the top of your game on Wall Street, do you decide to finance, which was at the time, or endow, or become the donor or sponsor, however you want to say it, for what was considered the most cutting-edge group of mathematicians in the world?
Pause. So they're asking him, you were the top guy on Wall Street. Why would you leave and go to the Santa Fe Institute with all of these top mathematicians and all of that? Because that's what it's supposed to be in the Santa Fe Institute. You're going to see what's in the Santa Fe Institute. Hit play.
Action.
So Santa Fe Institute in the late 80s, early 90s, I was interested, I was on the board of Rockefeller. So that starts Rockefeller University, formed by John D. Rockefeller.
Hit pause, because he's going to talk around it. So we don't need to see this no more. I just wanted y'all to see that they asked him a direct question about the Santa Fe Institute. Now bring up number 6. Y'all going to see what was going on at the Santa Fe Institute. But according to this interview, he was saying
Ghislaine is part of that. That's who are.
He was saying that they were going to go to the Santa Fe Institute and do a bunch of calculations, figure out, what they can put a range of calculations on and this and that or whatever. Like, it was going to be some real work. But we're going to see what it's really dealing with. Go ahead.
Is not a conspiracy theory. It is a paper trail. It's victims' testimonies, it's legislative documents, it's corporate press releases, and archived web pages. And when you line them up, asset by asset, you don't get closure on Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro.
Is this the beginning? All right. So it says baby farming and mad science at Epstein's Zorro Ranch, right? The Zorro Ranch is what he was talking about, the Santa Fe Institute. This is New Mexico right here. So the way he's describing it, right, it looks like he's just going to go up there and do some work. But now we're going to see exactly what was going on up there. Go ahead.
Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, you get a story about eugenics, transhumanism, and a baby farm that the political class suddenly pretends it just discovered. Now look at this place. This is a 10,000-acre compound in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico, with its own airstrip, a bizarre temple-looking building, as well as signs of huge underground infrastructure. Now, for decades, Epstein's Zorro Ranch sat there quietly. He was arrested in 2019. He died in August of that year. That was 6.5 years ago. And only now in 2026 does New Mexico's political class decide, hey, maybe we should look into this. Now, the obvious question is, why did they wait until the crime scene could be completely sanitized? On Monday, the New Mexico House of Representatives approved House Resolution 1, creating a special committee, a so-called Truth Commission, to investigate Zorro Ranch and allegations of criminal activity and public corruption tied to that property. Now, the resolution explicitly notes that Zorro Ranch has been the subject of great public concern since at least 2019, and that previous legislatures did nothing. It empowers this committee to hold hearings, compel witnesses, administer oaths, and issue subpoenas.
All right, hit pause for a second, y'all, right? Just to make sure y'all don't get lost. So what they're saying is they knew Epstein was already locked up 6.5 years ago, right? This ranch has been there the whole time. The cops never went in there. No feds went there to see what was going on. It just sat there. And now somebody bought it. And now he's making changes. So they said, why would they allow this thing to be sanitized and changed if that's supposed? It might be a crime scene. So now they have to put legislature together to get the people to go in and look at the place, right? So go ahead, hit play.
Operate through the end of 2026. So yes, on paper, this has teeth. They can drag people in under oath and demand documents. The land commissioner has also called for state and federal investigations. But again, Epstein's been dead for over 6 years, so how much physical evidence at this ranch is still untouched? Now, here's where things get eyebrow-raising. Less than a week ago, a woman went out to Zorro Ranch and filmed what she saw. Heavy equipment, excavators out on the property, clear signs that the ground had been disturbed before the New Mexico House passed this investigative measure. Watch this.
What you're looking at is the main house, and don't be fooled, it is miles away from the road. Also, to note, there is some digging equipment, and that has not been here when I was here previously. This was the house from a similar angle in November, and it's looking a little different over on this side.
Okay, so ask yourself, if state lawmakers are just now giving themselves subpoena power, but there are excavators on site ahead of that, is this a serious criminal investigation or a cleanup operation?
No, it's not.
Cleanup.
It's a cleanup operation.
Right. Clearly, it's a cleanup operation, right? Because there's many people involved in this man's madness. See, we looking at it like it's just him, and he's just getting some people in. It's everybody. It's everybody. Go ahead, hit play, y'all. What are y'all doing back there? Go ahead.
With a committee bolted on afterward for show, especially when we've seen how pathetic the official Epstein investigations have been in the past. Everybody knows Epstein as the sex trafficking billionaire, but at Zorro Ranch, there's another dimension, a decades-long obsession with eugenics, designer babies, cloning, and using
designer babies. Now, Deke, I know you a bougie type of cat. You know what I mean? you like designer things.
Yes, sir.
But I know you don't want no designer baby with a baby coming out with one arm Louis Vuitton and one arm Gucci.
That's crazy.
You know? But that's just, we just joking, but that they trying to design children, meaning that you could make them as tall as you want.
Yeah, the way you want.
Right, eyes blue. You know, all that craziness.
Yeah, they was doing that in there. So there was a lot of scientists in there doing their thing.
Right. Wait till y'all hear this.
But what I'm saying is just think about it for a minute. All these things, man, they were black babies. A lot of black babies.
Come on.
Yeah.
You understand? A lot of black babies. There was just a few white folks in there, but the experiment was on us.
100%. 100%. Go ahead, hit play, y'all.
Billionaire. But at Zorro Ranch, there's another dimension, a decades-long obsession with eugenics, designer babies, cloning, and using this remote compound as a literal baby farm for his own DNA. So for a moment, leave aside the murder, the blackmail, the political connections, and let's look at the mad science. So 10 days before Epstein died, the New York Times published an article titled, "Jeffrey Epstein Hoped to Seed Human Race with His DNA."
Hit pause.
Now, the article...
Listen, you can't make this stuff up. Hey, Officer Jadiel, please read that article right there. Because she's not going to read through it. She just posted it. But read what this thing says. Y'all got to listen to this.
Jeffrey Epstein hoped to seed human race with his DNA. Jeffrey E. Epstein, the wealthy financier who was accused of sex trafficking, had an unusual dream. He hoped to seed the human race with his DNA by impregnating women at his vast New Mexico ranch. Mr. Epstein, over the years, confided to scientists and others about his scheme, according to 4 people familiar with his thinking. Although there is no evidence that has ever came to fruition, Mr. Epstein's vision reflected his long-standing fascination with what has become known as transhumanism, the science of improving the human population through technologies like genetic engineering and artificial intelligence.
Stop right there. So he wants to genetically re-engineer people and then put AI inside of them as well. He's a nut.
Yo, Cap, that guy was not a doctor. Yeah, what happened to the doctor?
He didn't graduate from nothing.
Thank you. Come on, D.
Who's behind that? That just put his image there.
Right.
Who's behind that, man?
Yes.
That guy was not a doctor to know how to put things together like that.
Exactly.
So they use his face. Sure, the real doctors. They're still alive today. They're still doing things today.
Right.
Sure them.
Right. Because this guy was a finance guy. For what we know, he was a money guy.
He's a money guy.
Right. So now the money guy is talking about transhumanism and genetic. Come on, y'all.
And he left Wall Street to go do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Who's doing that? You know everybody on Wall Street is greedy as hell. You think they're going to leave and talk about I want to do science? That's never going to happen.
Right.
Read the rest of that thing, bro.
Critics have likened transhumanism to a modern-day version of eugenics, the discredited field of improving the human race through controlled breeding.
Right. They said discredited field because that's what they were doing with us. Right. So now publicly they say discredited, but privately they still want to do it. All right. That's why they got our people and trying to put their DNA inside our people and then put it into their body. This is insane. But hit play.
Quotes multiple scientists and businessmen who say that starting in the early 2000s, Epstein was openly talking about using his New Mexico ranch as a base where women would be inseminated with his sperm and would give birth to his babies. He reportedly envisioned as many as 20 women at a time impregnated at Zorro Ranch. One participant at a 2006 conference remembered Epstein talking about, quote, perfecting the human genome, and being fascinated by how traits pass on and wanting to create superior humans. So this isn't internet rumor.
So what's the difference between him and the Nazis? They was talking the same thing.
Right.
And he's Amalek. So what's the difference?
So-called Jews. Today.
Right. They were complaining about them people, what they were doing, but that's the same thought pattern. That guy named Goebbels or whatever his name is, that's the type of stuff he was talking about.
Right.
But hit play, y'all.
Says Epstein talking to award-winning scientists about turning Zorro Ranch into a eugenics-style breeding facility. Then there's the corporate layer. Epstein's Virgin Islands company, Southern Trust, disclosed in filings that it was engaged in DNA analysis. So he gave money to transhumanist organizations like Humanity Plus And in 2011, one of his charities gave $20,000 to the World Transhumanist Association, which rebranded as Humanity Plus, whose stated goal, by the way, is to influence a new generation of thinkers about humanity's next steps. So his foundation also paid the salary of Humanity Plus Vice Chairman Ben Gortzel. So we have a remote ranch, a stated desire for a baby farm, DNA analysis companies, and cash going to the transhumanist movement. This is not just a rich pervert. This is someone trying to engineer the future of the human species.
Right.
Now we get to the new Epstein files, emails that show how this baby farm idea connects to actual lab work and real money. Brian Bishop is a Bitcoin developer, biohacker, and self-described mad scientist.
Hold on a second.
And in the
Hold on a second. See, now here we go.
I told you.
Right. Right. We were having a discussion, right, this weekend about the Bitcoin, about all of the fakeness of it all, right? So now they got a guy named Brian Bishop who's supposedly one of the developers for Bitcoin. We ain't never had no names for Bitcoin developer. They always had that fake Japanese name for the Bitcoin developer. Now y'all throwing some name out there called Brian Bishop. That's not no real person.
Right.
That's not no real person. Go ahead, hit play.
released emails, he's pitching Epstein on a designer baby project, talking about human cloning and laying out a funding proposal. In the first email, Bishop sends Epstein a presentation on his designer baby project. He notes that he and a partner have a series of questions about how serious you are about wanting this, quote, "This isn't generic research, it's something additional to Bishop's existing work." He tells Epstein that most of the questions are about Epstein's, quote, "requirements for secrecy and privacy regarding reputational risk and also any financial involvement." He suggests that whatever Epstein wants could be done, quote, "under the banner of my designer babies project, since the other deliverable is similar and shares so many of the same procedures and lab requirements," unquote. So in other words, Epstein doesn't just want to donate to science, he wants secret science. He wants something that requires absolute anonymity. In a later email, Bishop is even more explicit, quote, "sounds like you could be the first investor as long as absolute anonymity is kept," unquote. He says he always envisioned anonymity for the babies, that you can't publicly identify who they are or their parents or their benefactors because it would brand the child as a freak for life. He says the financial structure has to be designed around these secrecy demands. Epstein, the guy who already talked about breeding 20 women at a time at Zorro Ranch, is now being pitched on a designer baby project that needs total anonymity and careful financial structuring.
Hit pause. See, when we see things like this, right, because it was Epstein that was really his idea, he might be sending emails to himself. He might be Brian Bishop.
Yeah,
saying,
exactly.
You know what I mean? I need anonymity. That's the same thing I was thinking. The same. Yo, that's how wicked these people are.
Yeah, because the real person cannot show up. They cannot use their real name.
No.
So, you hear me, like you said, that's the spirit telling you this.
Right.
They're probably him sending email to himself.
I'm telling you, this
Create
is
the whole
nonsense.
name, Bishop.
Right. You know the first thing I was thinking about, because in that movie Alien, right? The guy named was Bishop, and he was the artificial intelligence being, and he was the smart. He was basically a robot. I'm not saying that's where they're getting it from, but come on now. Ah, boy, hit play, y'all.
Then we get to the price tag. One email lays out a 5-year plan around $9.5 million in funding. And the goal is to get out of the garage biology phase and reach the first live birth of a human designer baby and possibly a human clone within 5 years, unquote. That's not speculation. That's the language in the email. Live birth of a human designer baby, possibly a human clone. So when Epstein is talking about superior humans and seeding the human race, this isn't just cocktail party rambling. There is a concrete research roadmap being proposed to him. And then there's the geography. In an August follow-up, Bishop updates Epstein. They're proceeding with more mouse testing in my Ukraine lab, which is surgeries and microinjection, quote, unquote. He also says an amateur in Mississippi has been testing human sperm modification. So far, only fluorescent tagging, which doesn't work for my purposes yet, unquote. So now add it up, okay? Epstein talks about a baby farm at Zorro Ranch starting in the early 2000s. He funds transhumanist causes and DNA analysis companies. He's in email conversations about funding a project to create human designer babies and possibly clones with testing in a Ukrainian lab and secret sperm modification experiments in Mississippi. All of this is happening as late as 2018, 2019, long after his first arrest.
Right.
This isn't just in the emails. MIT Technology Review ran a piece in early 2019 about a Ukrainian biolab doing exploratory mouse experiments on gene modification ideas tied to do-it-yourself designer babies.
Stop. Hit pause. Do-it-yourself designer babies. These people, this is insane. And again, y'all, they're dealing with us. That's our people they messing with. Don't think they're going out and getting a random white girl or something. No, this is us the whole time. Read that little article right there.
The DIY Designer Baby Project funded with Bitcoin. At his keyboard in Austin, Texas, Brian Bishop was writing quickly. A nationally ranked speed typist, he had drafted a polite inquiry to a prominent futurist in the UK. He wanted advice on his designer baby startup. For a few years now, Bishop, a 29-year-old programmer.
Stop. This guy. No. This guy that they're talking about, this Bishop guy, he's 29 years old. A 29-year-old programmer, right? So this was the year what? What does it say down there?
2019. February 1st, 2019.
Right. Bitcoin came out in when? Like 2014? And then that means it had to have been developed from before that, right? So he's 29. When did he put Bitcoin together? They said he's a Bitcoin investor. What are y'all talking about? This whole story is fake, man.
It's a fake story.
Yeah.
Y'all remember in Genesis? Yeah, y'all need to know what kind of man you're dealing with.
Oh, man. Bring it out.
Get me in Genesis when God said, if thou do well.
Damn.
4.
Right, Genesis 4. Let's get that.
Let me show you guys something for a minute. Because you're thinking white folks are regular people. White folks are demons. White folks are disease that is in this earth. That's what they are.
Yeah. Genesis chapter 4 and verse 7. If thou doest well,
remember, go above that though. Go above there. Why God telling him this? Go above there.
Verse 5. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth.
So Cain don't have respect what God said.
Right.
He don't respect that.
Right.
So God said, you all right, Cain. Say you don't respect. I'm going to have a little mercy on you. Then God explained to Cain. Go ahead.
And his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And
why you mad? Why you mad, Cain?
Right.
Come on.
And why is thy countenance fallen?
Come on.
If thou doest well.
If you do good, Cain. Right. Go ahead.
Shalt thou not be accepted?
You're going to be accepted by God because you just disobey my commandments. Go ahead.
And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
So God is showing Cain good and evil. Cain, if you do good, good will come.
Right.
But Cain, if you do evil, sin gonna rule over you, right? Now listen to the next verse. And now continue reading.
And unto thee shall be his desire.
Come on.
And thou shalt rule over him.
Come on.
And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
So what did he just choose?
Right.
Evil.
Right.
He just chose that to be evil.
Right.
Because God said if you do well, well shall come to thee. You're going to be accepted, Cain. What after God tell Cain, he chose that evil way.
Right.
The white man always been evil
100%.
in this earth.
Right.
Y'all just find that out now. You understand me? But guess what? The Lord is revealing it to you now. You're so simple to see it. The Lord is revealing to us how evil is white people really are. Because these people, these men was dealing with, they were not regular people. They were billionaire, millionaire.
That's right. That's right.
These are your presidents, your governor.
Right.
You understand? Your prince.
Right.
This earth, they rule this earth. That's why the vision, let's get the vision to back that up right quick, brother. You know exactly what I want. Let's go.
Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12.
Come on.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Come on, man.
But against principalities.
Come on.
Against powers. Against the rulers of darkness of this world. Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Y'all see this thing?
Right.
The Lord tell you, you're not fighting against flesh and blood. You fighting against demon.
That's right.
Against wicked men. That is government this earth. That's what God said.
Yep.
So Just think about it, Israel. Just think about it for a minute. If that can be that evil, think about it. That means everything we've been learning about their system is evil as hell.
100%.
Because God, you know, God make a statement. A lot of people read Deuteronomy 28 all the time. God tell the children of Israel, if you don't want to serve me with joyful,
that's right.
glassful heart,
Yep.
I'm going to give you to the hands of your enemy, right?
That's right. Yep.
But when you're looking at the enemy, the works of the enemy, there's nothing righteous in the white man, period. There's nothing that is righteous in that man. No. That means all people been living an evil life.
This whole time.
Come on, Cap.
No, 100%.
You invite me, man.
Yes. Yo, hey, Deke, I got to back you up. Get Revelation 6 and 8.
Yep.
Right? Because like he said, everything that follow behind this man, anywhere he goes, if you take, here go a glass of water, he turned it into acid.
Yep.
No matter what you got, he going to find the wrong way to use it. Yep. Go ahead. 6 and 8.
Revelation chapter 6 and verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death.
Go ahead.
And hell followed with him.
Right. And hell followed with him, meaning what? You got captivity. All type of wickedness, everything followed with him. Go ahead.
And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth.
The fourth part of the earth is talking about the Americas right here. But really, he got power over the whole earth. But go ahead.
To kill with sword.
To kill with the sword. We read that in Genesis 27.
Right.
Precept must be upon precept. We talking about the Edomite, the so-called white man, right here in Revelation 6. Read on.
Right.
And with hunger.
Right. Doing what? Creating famines. Saying that there's no food. Raising up the price of eggs. Remember the eggs was damn $13, man.
Bring it up.
Wow.
Bro, I love eggs, man.
Read on. And with death.
Uh-huh.
And with the beasts of the earth.
That was your, y'all remember that time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You know, we can't even.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Right. You know the rules. You know the rules. But y'all know what it is. This is what the deacon bring it out.
Right.
Hit the ball.
But he cannot choose good, man.
No.
There is no good in that man. You remember? Give me the scripture when the Lord said the soul that is in him is not upright in him.
Get that.
The white man soul is not upright in him.
Nope.
Look at his works. You remember the Democrat before Donald Trump get in office?
Yeah.
You remember what was the
Biden,
Democrat was pushing?
The same. What they was pushing?
Homosexual.
Oh yeah. Oh, come on.
You have black woman. We meet a black woman in Black Joy Parade. That she's saying that I didn't vote this year.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, you're sitting down. You like, you're not talking to regular people. You talk about well-educated black woman.
Yes, she was very well
So
educated. Yes.
you under government that's pushing homosexual. The Bible against homosexual.
Right.
So you was gonna vote. So forget what they're doing. I just want a piece of the action.
Right.
I'm just gonna vote.
Yeah.
Since when the white man become a good man in this earth? Who make the white man the judge of this earth? Who make him the judge of the earth? So all people, y'all need to repent, get your mind right, keep God's commandments, because what's coming in is fire.
Right.
It's not water this time.
Right.
Where Noah feel a little emotional trying to open the door. It's the nuke they're gonna drop.
Right.
It's the missile they're gonna drop.
Right.
You better wake the hell up, man.
Right. All praise to the Lord. This is real. This is a real thing we looking at, y'all. A real damn thing we looking at. Go ahead. Hey, Officer JDL, keep reading that thing. Start for a few years now, that one.
For a few years now, Bishop, a 29-year-old programmer and Bitcoin investor, has been leaving a trail of comments about human enhancement on the web. He's a transhumanist, which means he thinks humans can be improved in profound ways by technology.
Hold up. Go to Second Thessalonians 2 verse 3.
Bring it out.
Read 3 and 4. Real quick.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3.
Come on.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Right.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
So we fell away, right? We fell away. We went into captivity. Come on, 70 AD.
And that man of sin.
Who?
That man of sin.
All this evil they talking about, the man of sin.
Right.
Come on.
Be revealed.
He got to be revealed. These things they have to happen.
Right.
Because the Lord said he revealing secrets to his children, who? The Israelites. And we got to bring this thing out the Bible to show you what time we are living in.
100%.
These are sick people, and their sins have to be brought out. Come on.
Right. The son of perdition.
They're the son of hell. They're like Captain brought out. They're the son of death and hell. Come on.
Who opposeth and exalted themselves above all that is called God.
He put himself above God. No. God, what you created ain't good.
Right.
Hey, I need to create something that's half robot, half man, and it look like it's more better than what you created.
Right.
Come on.
Or that is worship. So that he as God sitteth in the temple of God.
How he as God sitting in the temple of God, Satan transformed himself to apostle of light. So do his ministers. His children running around here, and you thinking they so good and they nice, and they give you food stamps and Section 8, and they help you out, while the same token they taking your kids, kidnapping them, having live operations on them,
right?
Designer babies, you understand? Right. And killing our people off.
Right.
Come on.
Your cap. Yeah, that start with the black woman first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They give them their wig, the white wig. They decide they destroy the black woman first.
Right.
Because God created the black woman, right? The black woman will shave their hair,
put
a wig on, transform. Right. Then you can see 5 pictures of her. It's different, like 5 personality, man. Right. You understand? 5 personality, bro.
100%.
So the Lord now is revealed who he is. Come on.
Showing himself that he is God.
Right. But him showing himself that he is God, he don't get prosecuted for the evil sins that he commit. This guy, they said Peter Nygard, 11 years for over 80 people he destroyed.
Right.
80 plus people, he ain't only got 11 years.
Come on.
So he's showing himself a God. Nobody can touch it. Who, like you said, who say he's in prison?
Right.
But that's all I wanted.
Man.
Yeah, men like that, they don't put them in prison.
No.
They put him in mention.
For real.
He's jail, he's mentioned. But you know what's so important about what you say, the men of sin be revealed? You know how the Bible speak about Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yes, sir.
Our people see America turn as Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
You think they will repent and think differently? That's why all these things is happening right now. If it's not Sodom and Gomorrah, tell me what is it then if America is not.
Right.
Bring it out.
Right. And that's what the scriptures say in Revelation, spiritually Sodom. That's how come when we out there teaching, family, nobody need to go against what we say, not because it's us, but that's the Bible. You see it in front of your eyes. That's why the Lord said that it's spiritually Sodom. You can see it. Right? Deke, you said, what was the Democrats doing? They was bringing out homosexuality. What else you need to see? Yeah. This is not normal.
That's not normal.
When we were young, that nothing like that ever took place. All of a sudden, you got people saying, no, 2 men can get married. 2 daddies. Child has 2 daddies.
Bro, they're training your kids. That was sending these 20 in these middle school, brother.
Yes.
Dealing with that
school
kid,
too,
y'all.
G.
Yes.
Y'all don't remember that thing, bro?
Yeah.
Our people watch this whole thing.
Yep.
They still believe in their system.
For real.
You're going to fail with the system, man. You're going to be destroying the system. That's what God is calling us, the prophets, and go out here and plead with you.
Right.
What is the plead of God?
Right.
Either you're going to keep God's commandments
or
he's going to kill you.
That's it. That's the pleading. Even when y'all reading the scripture, the Lord said in Ezekiel 20, when the Lord said he's going to come and he's going to plead with his people, he's not coming to ask you nothing.
Right.
He's just coming to kill you because you ain't do what he said to do. That's the pleading. All right, so we got to get that through our head as a people, man. All right, bring that thing back up. All praises, man.
Crane's state-run Academy of Medical Sciences, and the article reports that Bishop was paying the academy to run those experiments. Now the question becomes, was Epstein the actual money behind this, using Bishop as a front? In the emails,
there it is.
Bishop doesn't exist.
Right, Bishop don't
exist.
He can't exist. His age ain't right.
Nah.
The name ain't right.
Nah.
Their conversation is too comfortable. Like, it should be anonymity. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Come on, nobody talk like that.
Right.
and the kind of conversation you having, these kind of conversations you having in the email, or you gonna tell a guy to meet you at a place?
Yo, you know, a lot of these files, they're like duplicate. They know.
Right.
They know if they ever got cut.
Right.
You understand? They're gonna have to create some type of thing. You understand? They
Right.
make the mass thinking otherwise.
Right.
You understand? They know about that.
100%.
So why you're not showing picture what was happening inside the company?
Yeah.
Right.
You understand? You talking
Come
about
on.
Bitcoin. You talking about that's not.
Come on.
Why take the whole story out of it?
Right. But I like what you said the other day, Deke, when you was talking about Bitcoin. You said, how come we never seen like a Bitcoin building? Because, you know, when you have a big company, they always put their name on something. Like they'll name a stadium.
Yep.
Right? Like, oh, Bitcoin Stadium where whoever plays.
Yeah, hotel.
Right, hotel. Bitcoin.
Reservoir.
Come on.
All type of thing. Bitcoin never had nothing.
Right. Bitcoin in there just tossing your money around playing games. I'm telling you, y'all, this is a big experiment going on with y'all brain. All right? All right, so hit play, y'all.
Is obsessed with anonymity and says the investor must be completely hidden. That's exactly what Epstein is demanding. And just months after those emails, what appears to be Bishop's Twitter account is talking about startups that could one day offer designer babies as a service. Quote, there are startups offering designer babies and human embryo editing right now, unquote. Okay, so you have a transhumanist biohacker, public tweets about designer baby startups, private emails about human clones, and an investor, Jeffrey Epstein, who wants secrecy and a ranch set up as a breeding facility. So now let's bring in a victim side anecdote that lines up disturbingly well. In 2020, Mother Jones published an article where a reporter called people from Epstein's Black Book. One of them, a former art student they called Tracy, had a story. She had been told Epstein funded artists, so she went to his New York townhouse. She says he acted like a gentleman for 2 hours, talking about Dolly, the cloned sheep, and the
crazy. Oh, boy. Cap, you crazy. He said he acted like a gentleman for 2 hours. Cap started laughing. Because that's funny. It is funny. No, you can't. Because I should remember it was only 2 hours he acted like a gentleman.
Yep.
He acted like a gentleman for 5 minutes. As soon as he walked in there, he was talking crazy to you. Before we finish listening to Kim, officer, just read that.
Yeah, I know.
I called everyone in Jeffrey Epstein's Little Black Book. Jeffrey Epstein's Little Black Book is one of the most cursed documents ever compiled in this miserable, dying country, totaling 97 pages and containing the names, numbers, and addresses of a considerable cross-section of the global elite. Epstein's personal contact book first turned up in a courtroom in 2009 after his former butler, Alfredo Rodriguez, tried to sell it to lawyers representing Epstein's victims for $50,000. Rodriguez described the book, apparently assembled by Epstein's employees, as the Holy Grail. It is annotated with cryptic marginalia, stars next to certain entries, arrows pointing toward others, and the names of at least 38 people are circled for reasons that aren't totally clear.
Right. All right. So yeah, at this point, they trying to tell you that in his Black Book, right, he had little things to denote who was who, right? So hit play.
Whole cloning thing. He told her he had a place in New Mexico that already was working on cloning humans. Now the article says, actually, she didn't say New Mexico, she said Mexico. And the article says Mexico, but Epstein's actual scientific playground, the one tied to his eugenics fantasies, is in New Mexico, Zorro Ranch. So it's not hard to imagine a confused memory for that detail. Now, Tracy says that she left when he tried to grope her. But she told the reporter, quote, you're going to think it's totally crazy, but I bet you he cloned himself.
Oh, man.
And whoever killed themselves was a clone. I wouldn't put it past that. He's out there somewhere. He said he had a lab in Mexico because the Dolly...
Hit pause. Cap, that's your kind of talk right there.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you the other day.
Yeah.
That can't be real. This guy got all them names, and all of a sudden somebody walking and just kill him.
Right.
He could have had that information anywhere. If anything, you would try to get all the information where he got these records and emails and books and hitting that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know, because they asked this former CIA guy, and he said that he said Epstein is dead because he spoke to his brother. And the brother said, no, he definitely dead because I saw his body and everything, but I think somebody killed him.
Hey, I remember back not too long ago when they had Saddam Hussein.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody walking around looking like him.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He had 100,000 Saddam
Yes.
Husseins walking around.
No, that's true.
Eminem did that in his song. I had 100,000 Eminems in the damn building.
No, that's crazy you said that because remember Saddam Hussein, his son, Uday Hussein, he had a double. They made a movie about it. It was called The Devil's Double. And he forced a guy. The guy looked just like him. And he said, yo, you look like me. And the guy was like, oh, okay, whatever. He said, nah, you work for me now. And forced the guy to work for him. And the guy had to be where he was supposed to be and all of that. Basically a stunt double. You know what I mean? But hit play.
Thing got shut down. So is that provable? No, but it's one more data point. Victims and contacts independently recalling Epstein talking about cloning humans at his off-the-grid facility. Now we get into the most disturbing material, diary entries from a minor included in the latest Epstein files. This minor describes being impregnated by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, referring to, quote, so many bonding moments with Jeffrey Ghislaine and their baby inside me, unquote.
Hit pause.
She writes.
Hit pause. All right. So read this, and then we're going to get back to her. So right now she's saying that the underage girl, Epstein slept with her, made a baby. And basically, that was they were supposed to be like the parents. But read that thing.
Epstein's Zorro Ranch had computer rooms the size of houses to spy on guests, including Prince Andrew, victim claims. Epstein reportedly had the warped idea of using the ranch for inseminating women with his sperm with the aim of creating a master race. Local radio station owner Eddie Aragon has obtained architect plans, which date back to 1998. 5 years after Epstein purchased the property. The plans obtained by the Sun reveal a huge underground floor, around 8,000 square feet in size, which includes exercise, massage, and jacuzzi rooms, later transformed into a pool area. They also show 3 unusually large mechanical rooms on this lower floor. Farmer claims the rooms, usually for a boiler and electrics, were packed with Epstein and alleged accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell's computers and video equipment for his spying network.
Right. So he had all this stuff down there. He had cameras in every single one of them rooms. Right. But go ahead. Hit play. Go ahead.
Hey, Cap, let's go back to what you were saying as well earlier. He said a master race.
Right.
Going back to what they did in Germany.
That's
the same
right.
thing. They tried to create a master race back then.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people might not know, but the United States was behind Germany during all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of investors from here investing in them people, man. You know, they try to pretend like, hey, listen, we're gonna leave that alone before they come for it. You know what I mean? They want to take the show down.
Yeah, man, your guys remember that all these scientists, they have them in Manhattan.
Yes.
Crib, everything.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Coming from Germany.
That's right. They took all them scientists from over there and treat them like the pamper party. You know what I mean? They gave them everything they needed. But go ahead, play.
Quote, I'm tired of keeping this secret. She talks about a superior gene pool. Why me? It makes no sense. Why my hair color and eye color? She explicitly calls Epstein's ideas very Nazi-like, connecting his theories to eugenics. She says she feels like a human incubator, not a person.
Right.
She describes giving birth, being allowed only 10 to 15 minutes to hold and feed her baby before they took her. She's mine. I want her back, she writes, that they took the first baby who survived and refers to an earlier miscarriage. The diary even includes a sonogram image, reinforcing that this wasn't just abstract psychological manipulation. There was a real pregnancy, a real child. So when you hear baby farm, this isn't just some outlandish speculative phrase. A minor victim is describing being used as a human incubator for Epstein's, quote, superior gene pool. So if you're going to run a secretive cloning or designer baby program, you don't do it in the living room. You need infrastructure.
Dang.
There's an email in Epstein's files from the Zorro Ranch manager that looks boring at first. It's basically a punch list of things to inspect or repair, but the locations it mentions are not normal ranch features. The manager references cellar, bathroom, showers, plural. So you have a desert ranch with a cellar, multiple showers down there, and then an entire sub-cellar with wood flooring. Sub-cellar, multiple showers. This isn't just a root cellar for potatoes. It suggests significant underground facilities on a supposedly remote private estate. Drone footage of Zorro Ranch shows about 5 massive vents on the property, big structures that look like air intakes or exhaust stacks for something underground. Watch this.
I think what you're actually seeing in this shot is possibly 3 or more vents to an underground area, possibly more than that. I've looked at some of the footage from different angles, and I think there's at least 5 different vents leading to some underground area. And that dovetails with some of the information that some of the people that actually went to the ranch claim they saw a massive room full of computers underneath the house. And given the size of these vents, there's definitely a lot more than just one room full of massive computers, because you don't need this many vents this far apart for just one room. Even a really large room, even a giant basement, you wouldn't need that many vents. So I think there is a significant underground presence to that facility.
Man, listen,
Okay.
Hit pause. It ain't nothing to think about.
Yeah.
The guy had a self-contained science lab. Every madness he had was going on in there. And you're going to see was people getting killed and all of that. We're going to deal with it in a few. Y'all got something? Okay.
Yeah, man, but why only charge him? What about the rest of those?
Exactly.
Right. You know what I mean, like, why they didn't get arrested?
Exactly. Remember, they know where he put all the money. Right? Remember all the DNA places, the this, the that. He gave money to it. They know who he's dealing with.
Right.
So why wouldn't they go get him? Because they all complicit. They all in concert. They were hoping that he would come up with a way to make them clones and all of that. He was dealing with the Rockefellers and Trilateral Commission. Who's stopping them? Who's arresting them? That's impossible. That's impossible. Hit play.
Put that together with the manager's references to sellers and sub-sellers, and with witness accounts from Epstein victim Maria Farmer, who says Epstein's properties had enormous mechanical rooms, tunnel systems, and rooms filled with computers with hidden cameras everywhere. According to Farmer, those mechanical big rooms were bigger than houses, and every estate had pinhole cameras recording everything. Now, you don't build that kind of underground infrastructure for fun. Now, step back from Zorro Ranch and look at the kind of organizations Epstein attached himself to. One is the Lifeboat Foundation.
This is what I wanted y'all to see. Now, look at this. Read that.
Advisory Board. Jeffrey Epstein is a financier and science philanthropist.
Okay. He's a financer, right? Got big bucks.
He is the chairman.
Hold on. And science philanthropist, right? So that means that he's into science. He's going to donate money to science programs. Go ahead.
He is the chairman and CEO of the Financial Trust Company and the founder of the Jeffrey Epstein 6 Foundation.
Okay. Look, that's a lot, right? He's doing a lot. Watch this. Go ahead.
Jeffrey is a former member of the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, the New York Academy of Science, and a former Rockefeller University board member. He is actively involved in the Santa Fe Institute.
That's that place that we see in that Zorro Ranch. That's what they call it, the Santa Fe Institute, but we know what it is. The institute is making designer babies.
Right.
Go ahead.
The Theoretical Biology Initiative at the Institute for Advanced Study, the Quantum Gravity Program at the University of Pennsylvania.
Quantum gravity. Go ahead.
And once sat on the Mind, Brain, and Behavior Advisory Committee at Harvard University. He is also a member of the Edge Foundation.
Come on, that's a lot. What is all this about?
That's not a regular dude.
No. No. Because he's getting big bucks, all the billions he's putting into all these companies, and he's tying everybody in. All, like you said, who are the people that work at all these places? It got to be thousands of people involved in this, right?
It is.
Exactly.
But those are top university, man.
Right. And now all of a sudden,
wickedness in high places.
Right. And exactly. And now all of a sudden, nobody don't know nothing. Oh, no, I never met him. I never knew him. Go ahead, hit play.
NGO that describes itself as dedicated to helping humanity survive existential risks and the misuse of powerful technologies like genetic engineering and AI. Now, Epstein was listed on their site as on the board of financiers. After his arrest, that mention disappeared. When 2 researchers called Lifeboat and asked about Epstein, the organization tried to claim he did nothing for them and downplayed any association.
Hit pause. So hold on. Just take it back just a little bit. Bring it right back. All right, so when you look at the top, it says Lifeboat Foundation. They're the ones that put up all the stuff about him, right? So these 2 guys are going to call that Lifeboat Foundation. Watch this.
called Lifeboat and asked about Epstein, the organization tried to claim he did nothing for them and downplayed any association.
Hello.
Hi, is this Lifeboat Foundation?
Yes.
Which are massive, house-sized, underground living spaces.
No, we don't have any actual bunkers. It was just an idea by one of our board members. So we have like one page devoted to it on our site. It's not even like a primary goal of our organization. Our primary goal is to protect humanity against existential risks and any real serious risk. Any bunker on Earth would be insufficient to protect you against it.
Oh, I also see that it looks like Jeffrey Epstein was on the board here. Did he have some kind of...
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. Maybe is that old or something?
Yeah, so again, if you look at our bunker page, it's just a few paragraphs. I don't want to make a big deal out of it.
They don't want to have, they say, no, he's not. They trying to talk around it. Meanwhile, they was just posting the man up talking about how great he is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Yo, this thing is wicked, man. This thing is wicked.
That's why get that Revelation 18:2 real quick.
Yes, sir.
Revelation 18:2. We ain't dealing with, like Deacon said, we dealing with a bunch of demons, man. These people are demons, man. And you know what? God had to reveal them to us.
Yeah.
We would never notice. He make their own tongue fall on them. For real. You black people, only thing you want to hear is music and twerking, and you brothers want to smoke blunts and ride around with loud music all day. That's what we seeing in Black Joy. Yeah, but this here is it's so many. This thing goes so deep because our people are so caught up with foolishness. They sitting there, and we said the earth is giving it to the hand of the wicked. What Deacon brought up earlier. We don't know the depths of it. We don't know the layers of it. The God Himself got to reveal this stuff. You understand? He got to put these spirits in us. Read that real quick.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen.
This whole place is the age of decadence. America is falling. That right there, he told about America is being destroyed. But this is the age of decadence where America is on a decline. Come on.
And it's become the habitation of devils.
Yeah, that's what you're dealing with now. That's crazy. All these people are devils. They demons. In the book of Ezra 9, he said we are a drop compared to a wave.
That's right.
That wave is all the evil around us. The drop is us righteous sitting here fighting for the word of God. Right. Fighting for our people. Waking our people up and bringing them back to the Heavenly Father. Come on. But if we are a little drop compared to a wave. You understand? He said they are foul devils. Come on.
And the whole of every foul spirit.
And the whole of every foul spirit. Damn. All Esau is not one good one. Damn. Even though you think they telling us they might be good, look at his chest. Christianity on his chest.
Right.
A cross on his chest.
Right.
Come on.
In a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
In a cage of every unclean and hateful. They hate us.
Right.
Hateful bird. That's all I got.
The angry bird.
Yep.
When you look at Esau, you got to see him as a mass.
Yep.
Right.
That what inside that mass is pure evil.
Right.
Right.
Right. No, that's 100%. Hey, y'all, bring up video number 13. All right, y'all could drop that. Bring up number 13 and go to 5 minutes, and just go to 5 minutes. That should be good, right? They're still talking about his Zorro Ranch, but we're gonna see what happened to these individuals.
That's why we got to thank the Lord for this truth. Without the truth, we won't have no clue what's going on in this world, really. We'll hear things, but we won't see the spiritual aspect of it. You understand?
Right.
This thing go deep. The layers of, when he said we dealing with dark and we dealing with darkness and wickedness in high places, we don't have a clue unless the God open our eyes and show us the things that's going on around us.
Let's get the, what is that, First Corinthians, Awake to Righteousness, is that 14?
14,
yeah. And then
is that Romans?
No, First Corinthians.
Yeah.
Things that, let's get there right quick. Because we've been sleeping too long in this captivity.
You got it?
No, I'm looking.
I think 30, it should be, what is that, 30?
14.
Awake to Righteousness. Yes, 34.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 34. Awake to righteousness and sin not.
The Lord is calling us to do what? Read it again from the top.
Awake to righteousness and sin not.
We have to be awake. For us to see what's going surrounding us, we have to stay awake. But our awakening is we have to keep the commandments. We have to live a righteous life in this earth. But it's going to be hard for us to see what the white man is all about. A lot of us, God put 2 eyes that is in your head, right?
That's right.
But a lot of us, our 2 eyes is in the white man behind.
Right.
We always looking behind. We got problem. We got major problem, man.
Right.
That's what the Lord said. Awake. Awake, children of Israel. Awake and pick what is righteous in the eyes of God. What is righteous in the eyes of God? His laws, his statutes, and commandments. Right. That's what he called upon us to say, gather yourself together, nation not desire.
That's right.
Nobody like us. Why? Because they want us to rejoice on their wickedness they're doing in this earth. Christmas is wicked.
Right.
Thanksgiving, Valentine, those are wicked things we take joy upon. Then we wonder why we going through what we going through. It's because we take joy upon evil stuff upon this earth, man. Then we've been following the white man for a long time with this demonic spirit, man. Time to wake up, black man, black woman, Spanish man, Spanish woman. Wake up out your sleep, man.
All praises. All right. Hey, bring up 13, y'all. Bring up 13.
Hey, we find a lot of our people doing this thing intentionally, going out there and having abortions, over 20 million abortions in 1970s. We do these things willingly to back up what these demons are doing.
That's right.
Come on.
Play the video, y'all.
Zorro Ranch ran yesterday. New Mexico says it has approved a probe into Epstein's Zorro Ranch for the very first time. They have now approved this comprehensive probe. So let me just read right from the Reuters piece here to be specific. New Mexico lawmakers on Monday passed legislation to launch what they said was the first full investigation into what happened at Zorro Ranch, where the late U.S. sex offender Jeffrey Epstein is accused of trafficking and sexually assaulting girls and women. What about the murder, by the way, that shows up in the Epstein-files? No mention of that. But a bipartisan committee will seek testimony from survivors of alleged sexual abuse at the ranch located about 30 miles south of Santa Fe, the state capital. Legislators are also urging local residents to testify. Well, way to catch up. Glad you finally joined the party. Welcome to the party, pal. Zorro Ranch we looked at everything else. We looked at his, Paris house. We looked at his Upper East Side house. We looked at the island. We looked in Florida, but the ranch, we just decided to leave that off. Whatever. I think we got enough stuff here. Anyway, Elisa Martinez, she's a former U.S. Senate candidate from New Mexico, who's been absolutely vocal about the anti-sex trafficking and what they can do to stop it in the state of New Mexico. She knows this place very, very well, and also the very horribly nefarious things that have been happening in New Mexico, from organ harvesting and child sex trafficking. And of course, Zorro Ranch sits really at the center of a lot of that. Elisa joins us now. Great to have you here on the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So when I just want to, first of all, at a 30,000 foot level, what the hell? Why now are we finally getting a probe into this ranch? People like you have been singing from the rooftops, or shouting from the rooftops, please investigate this stuff.
Absolutely. And that's probably the biggest takeaway is 7 years later, why are we now calling on an investigation when the bodies have been buried, the evidence most likely is missing, gone, tampered with. And so I believe that this is really just about damage control for the party in power in New Mexico, which has been the Democrat Party for really 90 years. And quite frankly, has allowed for this ranch to operate freely for almost 26 years, even to date, even after.
Right. So somebody, they had this thing was running the whole time. And now somebody bought it. It's a politician who bought it. Yeah, and he's a Christian. He said he's going to make it into a retreat for Christianity.
I mean, he's going to continue to evil to go on.
Yo, 100%. Hit play, y'all.
after the arrest, after the email drops, after everything that's come to light, has still yet to be investigated. And I will also note that the former governor, Bill Richardson, who only died just in 2023, many of the members on the committee that voted for this commission yesterday, which I was present at that vote, were really giving accolades to this former disgraced Democrat governor, Bill Richardson, who was a frequent friend and visitor of Zorro Ranch.
All right.
Of course.
Hey, hit pause, drop that, right? I got Bill Richardson. I just want to show y'all who this guy is. He just passed away a couple years ago, but they said he was a frequent visitor to the ranch. So that means he was no, I threw it up in there, y'all. It's there. It should be somewhere there. Hold on. Oh, damn. Let me find out. All right. Well, I didn't put it there, but y'all find it. Bill Richardson. Could have swore I put it there. But this is a politician, Deke. The politician was going there the whole time. That's why they not trying to find out what the hell's going on. Because they're gonna find him in the videos, and all the other ones.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They already send the cleaning man.
Right.
They're just playing game right now.
No, 100%.
Playing game with people's emotion.
Yep, that's him right there. Look, read that, officer.
Bill Richardson. William Blaine Richardson III was an American politician, author, and diplomat who served as the 30th governor of New Mexico from 2003 to 2011. He was U.S. ambassador to the United Nations and energy secretary in the Clinton administration, a U.S. congressman, chair of the 2004 Democratic National Convention, and chair of the Democratic Governors Association.
There you go. There you go. So what? He was a Democrat. So this guy don't care, Democrat, Republican, whatever.
But Bill Clinton, too.
Exactly.
Well known in that.
No, 100%. D, check it out. Epstein is the one who funded all Bill Clinton's organizations.
Yep.
Every last one of them. Right? Hey, hey, brothers, check the class content. The last video I just posted, I want y'all, we got to check that out. Bring that up and bring that to 5 minutes. But this is what we're dealing with. I want to get a scripture real quick. Let me get this scripture. I think it's Nehemiah 9. Go to Nehemiah 9 and 37. Watch the show. Nehemiah 9:37.
Nehemiah chapter 9 and verse 37. And it yielded much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set over us because of our sins. Also, they have dominion over our bodies.
You see that? They got dominion over our bodies. They can do whatever they want. Nobody ain't going to do a damn thing about it. That's why you had all of the medical apartheid, all of the tests and stuff they were doing on us. And now they blatantly talking about, oh, yeah, we're going to take the woman and put our DNA in there and do this and do that. Come on. Message. How come we don't see a list? And I'm not saying we should put the women out there, but yo, we need to be dealing with all them doctors who was dealing with that. They need to be brought out.
Yeah.
You think Peter Nygard and these guys know how to go in there and do all of that and pull out what you call it, DNA stem cells and all that? Come on. Make no damn sense.
Remember they had the Barton, our sister.
Right.
Remember
Yes.
They had the body of Barton.
Yes.
Yeah, they said today they still work. This microphone on?
Hey, make sure that mic is on.
Check.
But they still dealing with that. What's her name again?
Sarah Barton.
Sarah Barton.
Yep.
They said they still dealing with her stem cells and stuff to their day.
Damn. Yeah.
To today.
Yeah. And the other sister, what's her name? Lackey or something like that? I think I'm saying that wrong. What's that sister name, man?
But they serious about that stem cell work. That's something that's way deeper than that we understand.
No, 100%.
Henrietta Lacks, Cap.
Hey, Henrietta Lacks. That's what it was. Yes, sir. All praises. Hey, throw up that video and go to 5 minutes. That last one. Y'all got that?
613-3557. Or go to learredacted.com, and you can receive up to $20,000 in free bonus medals.
Listen, we don't want to hear about this right now. All right, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Here's just one email example of how nefarious things are at the Zorro Ranch. from Edward Aragon. Edward, this is sensitive, so it'll be the first and last email depending on your discretion. You can choose to take it or trash it, but it comes from a person that's been there to Zorro Ranch and seen it all as a former staff at the Zorro Ranch. The material below was taken from Jeffrey Epstein's home as my insurance in case of future litigation against Epstein. Starry, no questions. What's damning about Jeffrey Epstein is yet to be written. Did you know somewhere in the hills outside the Zorro Ranch, 2 foreign girls were buried there on orders of Jeffrey and Madam G?
Y'all see that?
Ghislaine.
So 2 bodies of 2 women was buried out by that ranch, right? So they said Madam G, that's his girl, Ghislaine Maxwell, whose father was a spy and all that. They whole unit is just corrupt and nasty and wicked. Hit play.
Maxwell. Both died by strangulation during rough fetish sex.
See that?
And then here are the video.
So y'all can drop that. So what is it telling you? It's telling you that they had the bodies, they did the autopsies, and that's how come they know how they died. This is another level, y'all. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is some real wickedness. This man was just meditating on wickedness day in, day out. That's Esau. This is what Deacon was telling y'all. There's nothing good. There's nothing good there. The Lord said the spirit in him is not upright. Go ahead.
It's not upright. What does the scripture say? The most wicked nation will over us. What was that? That's the Maccabees?
Yeah, man. We just seen that. I think you're right.
Yeah. Is that Ezra?
Hold on. Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
I feel like it is Ezra.
We got the most wicked nation to rule over us.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people we're dealing with, they're not, like when we think about wickedness, we have not measured them yet.
Right.
You understand how evil these people really is. You understand? So the Lord is telling us that. Listen, let me tell you something, right? Get the Job 9:24 right quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Job, chapter 9 and verse 24.
Come on.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Think about it. What you see today is the work of wicked men, which is the white men. Go ahead.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
You see that how he come with his own image, trying to say that he is Christ. Then how he covered the nation of Israel. Come on.
If not, where and who is he?
Right.
That's the question God is asking.
Right.
If you cannot see this man is wicked, something wrong with your spirit.
Right.
If you cannot see that, go ahead, Cap.
Right. That man's super wicked. To this point, hey, bring up number 14. We're gonna show y'all something real quick, right? Because we know Jeffrey Epstein and them was making babies, eating babies, and doing all of this, and we telling you he's doing this with our people, right? That they had dominion over our bodies because the Lord put those nations over us, and now eventually the white man is over us, right? So look at this. Bring up the cover of that book. All right, bring up the cover of this book, right? This is called The Delectable Negro, Human Consumption and Homoeroticism Within the U.S. Slave Culture. Okay, this is written by Vincent Woodward, right? Right? But it's telling you this book, you got to read it, but it's talking about how the so-called white man, Esau, would be eating us, killing us and eating us, right, for some power. And get the back cover of the book. All right? Do a zoom in. There you go. Read. Right. Get me out of there and read that top part. Go ahead.
The Delectable Negro uncovers a compelling set of themes in the scholarship on U.S. slave culture. White cannibalism as a significant trope for white depletion of and desire for the laboring and eroticized black male body.
Right.
In a stunning series of arguments, Wood forces us to reconsider the historical out-of-hand rejection of black African fear and not rarely claims of white cannibalism.
Right.
Showing how remarkably wide-reaching was the sense that slavery satisfied some sadomasochist instinct among the slave-owning class.
Right, a sadomasochist instinct. Meaning what? Demonic. So it's not just having us in slavery, but it's being able to do what? Destroy us, rape, then kill us, eat us to gain some kind of power. It's insane. All right, read that next one.
Inverting the trope of slave hunger, Vincent Woodard provocatively suggests that the slaveholder is a parasite who feeds off the slave's body in acts that range from cannibalistic to sexual modes of consumption.
Right.
Especially the homoerotic.
Right. Go ahead.
In an even greater provocation, however, Woodard argues that within the black community, hunger is transformed into a regenerative space from which the search for home and communal belonging may be initiated. A bold and brilliant book.
Right. So they're talking about what? That the eating black people doing what? Will regenerate themselves. These people are sick. Hey, bring up the meaning of homoerotic. Let's bring that up. Yeah. Right. Fire upon homoerotic. Yeah. We don't even like the sound of that.
Nah, not at all.
But this is the reality, y'all. Right? When you read in Joel, right? Chapter 3 about what? Us being breeders and all that. Go ahead. Read that thing.
Homoerotic. Concerning or arousing sexual desire centered on a person of the same sex.
So that's so our brothers, our fathers, and all of that were getting raped by these so-called white people, man. The white man was raping brothers, man. That's what was going on. And it was satisfying what? That homoerotic, nasty nature, right? And also they were eating the people. This is sick. Remember when they used to hang out people, what they used to do? Cut their
bellies open.
Right, cut the bellies open, but then they would cut off their scrotums too, and use that as a some kind of a purse or something like that.
Oh, they put the skin on books too.
Right, they would put the skin on books and all that. That's where all this is coming from. This is wicked, man. But go back to that book.
All right. Scholars of U.S. and transatlantic slavery have largely ignored or dismissed accusations that black Americans were cannibalized. Vincent Woodard takes the enslaved person's...
I'm sorry. Is his mic loud enough? Because it seems like the mic... Okay, go ahead.
Vincent Woodard takes the enslaved person's claims of human consumption seriously, focusing on both the literal starvation of the slave and the tropes of cannibalism on the part of the slaveholder, and further draws attention to the ways in which blacks experience their consumption as a fundamentally homoerotic occurrence.
Damn.
The Delectable Negro explores these connections between homoeroticism, cannibalism, and cultures of consumption in the context of American literature and U.S. slave culture.
Go ahead.
Utilizing many staples of African American literature and culture, such as the slave narratives of Olaudah Equiano, Harriet Jacobs, and Frederick Douglass, as well as other less circulated materials like James L. Smith's slave narrative and numerous articles from 19th century black newspapers, Woodard traces the racial assumptions, political aspirations, gender codes, and philosophical frameworks that dictated both European and white American arousal towards black males and hunger for black male flesh. Woodard uses these texts to unpack how slaves struggled not only against social consumption, but also against endemic mechanisms of starvation and hunger designed to break them.
Wicked. It's nasty, man.
It's
now
crazy.
you could drop that. Go ahead, officer.
Cap, it's crazy because that's why the scriptures say that the rust has never been wiped away from this man. They still doing this stuff today. This is why God tell us never to trust this man.
Yeah.
Because they still doing this same stuff today in the Zorro, what they call it?
Right, the Zorro Ranch.
The Zorro Ranch.
Right.
All of that stuff that we just read from the back of that book was going on there.
Right.
That's why it's very important. Give me Ezekiel 7:24 right quick.
Come on.
You thinking these people are really people? They're the Lord gonna describe them.
Right.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 24.
Let's go.
Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen.
You see that? These people are the worst. The white man is one of the worst of the nation that is in the earth. The most. Hold on now. You see, you getting mad now. Let's get. Hold on to that.
Right.
Right. Let's get the Hebrew. The most what?
Profane.
Yeah, profane. Let's get that, bro. Let's back that up a minute. Then we're going to go back to the verse. Because some people, they're kind of shook right now, Cap.
Right.
I'm sorry you invite me, man. I got to bring that. I have to bring that.
No, you had to be here.
I had to be here.
Come
bro.
on.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16.
Come on.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau,
right?
As the white man. Come on.
Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
He sold his birthright. So you don't deserve to be in the earth if you sold your birthright.
That's right.
What is your purpose?
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Now let's go back to the verse.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 24. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen.
Y'all heard that? The worst. The word heathen means nation.
Right.
I will bring the worst of that nation. They're called the white man.
Right.
He's the worst of all nations. Think about it.
Right.
Like, for example, which nation they got over 800 beasts throughout the earth?
Nobody.
Who covered the earth like America?
Nobody.
So has America judged the earth righteously?
Never.
Nope.
He destroyed nation, people,
right,
character,
right,
culture. Come on, man. The Lord said what?
Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled.
Are they not in Israel right now defiling it?
Yeah.
Are they not here in America defiling it?
Yeah.
If you're looking for the evil or the wicked men in the earth, if you don't pick the red man who call himself the white man today, it's because you go up. Your mind is go up. Everything about you is go up. Come on, Cap.
All praises. Hey,
balls, brother. What the hell is wrong with you?
Hey, get 2 Ezra 11. We got to back that.
Come on.
We got to back that. Read 11, 2 Ezra 11, 40 and 41.
2 Ezra chapter 11 and verse 40.
Come on.
Let's go.
And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness.
Go ahead.
And over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression.
With much wicked oppression. The most oppression. Go ahead.
And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
Go ahead.
For the earth hast thou not judged with truth.
That's what D just said. Have you ever been righteous on this earth?
Right.
Have you ever judged righteously? The Lord said, no, you have never done it. You have never judged with truth.
You know, in that verse, there's a word in that verse. Read that verse again.
Go ahead.
Verse 40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past,
Okay, come on.
and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
Deceit.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, he created a model industry. He claimed this is a model industry. But behind that is much wickedness.
Right.
Much.
You understand? Anything that man touch his hands on have to do with wickedness.
Right.
Because that's what he do. Hey, you know, I can take your picture over here. You know, you can come to my compound.
Right.
Yeah, I can help you. Then our people dumb enough to believe the white man has been a good man on earth. You forgot who's your slave masters are?
Right.
All of a sudden our welfare make you forgot. Damn. A gift destroy the heart, huh?
That's right.
That's right.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Hey, finish that.
Go ahead. Finish it up.
For the earth hast thou not judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek. Thou hast hurt the peaceable.
Go ahead.
Thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and had cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
That's you, Israelites. Go ahead, D.
Yo, when he came in this side of the earth, what did our forefathers did? They opened door to that man.
Yes.
Now America sit upon our forefather blood. He destroyed the native.
Right.
Then he got the nerve now to talking about he's the God in the earth. Now he's kicking them out of their own land.
Right.
Then the dumb brothers and sisters who don't know no history, they're backing him up.
Right.
But those are the forefathers, the Mexican.
Right.
Those are their land.
Right.
Those are God land. Those are, that thing so, when you know history, you're so mad and angry, man.
That's right.
when you see that man, he's not going to get away with what he did. That's why you guys don't understand.
Right.
You can join hand in hand with him,
Right.
but it's not the white men have a lot to pay for, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Lord said he's going to get double.
Hey, but D, over 500 treaties they broke.
Damn,
man.
Smallpox and blankets.
Yo.
Every single one.
Kill all the buffalo they had. They came and destroyed this whole place, and they do the same thing everywhere they go.
That's right.
Like you said earlier, under the name democracy.
Yep.
Right.
Damn.
Wicked.
Some crazy stuff, man.
Hey, you know what? So, hey, we don't have much time. We're going to pull up this one last one that cover that book. Go to number 1, right? This is talking about Sigmund Freud, right? You know, he's always talking about how he's like the top psychologist, this and that. But watch what he's talking about. And you're going to see that all of these Edomites are connected. And it's a reason why they pick a guy like Sigmund Freud and try to teach us about him, because they want us to follow behind him, right? Look at this. Read that, bro.
The Assault on Truth. Jeffrey Mosaev Masson.
Go ahead. Bring up that page.
Similarly, Emma Eckstein associates blood with the devil and sexual pleasure. Freud continues his letter to Fleece with an astonishing sentence. As far as the blood is concerned, you are completely without blame.
Right, he said there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
A week later, on January 24th, 1897, Freud again wrote to Fleece, a passage published by Schur about witches, blood, and sexuality in a passage about Emma. Imagine, I obtained a scene about the circumcision of a girl, the cutting of a piece of the labia minora, which is still shorter today, sucking up the blood.
Come on.
Following which the child was given a piece of the skin to eat.
This is Sigmund Freud, who y'all all talk about as the father of psychology. This is what he's talking about.
Damn.
Cutting a little girl's private area and then drinking the blood and then taking a piece of the skin and then feeding it to her. Come on, what are we doing here, man?
A nut job.
Yeah. And this is what you want us to follow behind in America, man. Read that next one.
Well, I have a good video for you. Gonna prove everything you said.
Oh, damn.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Again, by scene, Freud means a fantasy, thereby providing Fleece with evidence that Emma was a hysteric who invented traumas. The point of insisting on this is to demonstrate to Fleece that his conduct of the operation was completely blameless. Emma hemorrhaged because she was filled with fantasies. Freud continues, an operation once performed by you was affected by a hemophilia, which originated in this way. In other words, Emma would have hemorrhaged no matter what was done to her. Fleece was not to blame. Freud went even further, for his mind was taken up with question of the fantasy nature of sexual seduction.
Look at this.
I dreamed, therefore, of a primeval devil religion whose rights, primeval devil religion.
Yeah, that's it, primeval, yeah.
Yeah, primeval devil religion, whose rights also carried on secretly.
Right, he said carried on secretly. This is the same thing the other guy was talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And I understand the harsh therapy of the witches' judges.
We can stop there, because I just want to show you the thought process of who America pushes up as the people we need to look to.
Yeah, those are Christianity.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yo, I got this video cap. They're gonna back you up for everything you're talking about. This is the mindset of the white people, by the way. Go ahead, brother. Play that thing for.
Hey, bring up that video, y'all.
It's in class content, y'all.
Yeah, because people thinking that, for example, that's what that's good to know knowledge of knowing. Now you're no longer blind to it,
right?
Because it's giving it to you in a platter.
That's right.
Where you can no longer hide in it. The truth, you cannot hide the truth. Go ahead, listen to this.
See this. So you say you don't believe it's a child in the womb. What is it if it's not a child?
Damn.
I think depending on what point it's at, it's cells.
What kind of cells? What kind of cells?
Is this a gotcha question?
No,
I mean,
it's a very sincere question. But you and I are made of cells, right?
Right.
What is the life in the womb? Is it a life, would you say?
Lila, you know as well as I do, for a long time, it is not viable outside of a woman. So it is not, you can't say, you know.
Is a human less valuable because they are less developed or because they are dependent or small? Does that make them less valuable?
I don't believe that it's a human being.
If they're not a human being, what are they?
Wow. But you hit that on the head, Deke, because that's why they were trying to kill the children at 8 months in the womb. Because once it was 8 months and it become 9 months, that means it's not a person.
But you have to understand the mindset behind it. That's what all these abortion clinic is all about.
Right.
That's why the white man in Rome, which you remember, your guys had to understand, had that mindset for a man to sin in a village, to kill every from what was from 2 years old. What is it?
Yes.
From 1 to 2.
Right.
Imagine in the village where they was killing our people.
Right.
That's the same thing he's doing it today, man. He's doing it today towards his drugs, towards the gun he's dropping in the neighborhood. You remember we was just in Black Joy Parade. You see the gang that was fighting. You see young black men, 16 years old, 14 years old.
Fighting.
They're like ruthless out here. Because why? They had the mind of the white man.
Right.
Because that's where they learned it from, where that demon come from. Look at that white woman, how she looking at human beings. That's some crazy, man.
Yeah. And they teach that in school.
Yeah.
Hey, but how from a liquid that swim into the womb, it's swimming into the womb, and from that point on is growing within the
womb.
Within the womb, it's growing within that sperm. That liquid is growing within the womb, and she said it's not a human being.
Don't make no sense.
I'm gonna show you the thought process. Just finish it right quick. I'm gonna show you the thought process behind it. Go ahead.
Viable outside the woman's womb, the woman should have the choice over her own body.
You see, that's what they teach the people when they go to the abortion clinic.
Wow.
That's not a baby. That's not a baby. It's just a it's just a piece of blood. That's not no baby. Then that dumb black woman believed that thing. But did not the scripture say thou shalt not kill?
Yes.
So you under spell, black woman, to think that you're gonna listen to white folks and kill our babies?
Right.
Stop being a damn fool.
That's more than that. Man, let me stop.
No, that's the reality.
Yo, Captain, thank you for inviting me.
All praises to the Lord. I'm glad you came, Deke. It was a blessing for us, Deke, for real. All praises up.
Hey, can I read something real quick?
Yes, sir.
Give me Psalms 106 and Deke get every point. Give me Psalms 106 and 43. Read 43 down to 48 real quick. Because this is what we got to do to get ourselves right. There's a lot of evil going on around us, and we not picking up on it and understanding how we are targeted by these demons. Because why? They the sons of the devil. We the children of God. They the sons of the devil. They meant to do evil. They don't. You brought it up earlier with Cain and Abel. They don't know no other way but to do evil.
Yep. You must kill.
They gotta kill. They gotta find some way to kill. Come on.
Psalms chapter 106.
But this is what we gotta do, Israel. This is what we gotta do to get ourselves right with the Heavenly Father. Come on.
And verse 43. Many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel and were brought low for their iniquity.
We were brought low for our sins. Come on.
Nevertheless, he regarded their affliction.
Nevertheless, God still regarded our afflictions. Come on.
When he heard their cry, and he remembered for them his covenant.
And that's what a lot of our people ain't doing right now. A lot of our people is not crying to the Lord. You understand? We're not coming back to the people who we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be the greatest people on this earth. But what we doing? We hiding under the hands of the evil, wicked devil, demonic spirits, and we going along with what they saying. They tell you that up in 34 to 36. He tell you that we mingled ourselves amongst them.
That's right.
They try to be like them. They try to do what they do, try to think like they think. We're supposed to be thinking like God tell us to think.
That's right. Come on. Yeah, man, look at the role model. Look at what P. Diddy is doing. Look at what Oprah is doing. Those are their role model. Right. The most wicked black man in the earth, too. Look at this dude. Look at Oprah, what she entertained.
Terrible.
But y'all see them as model. When they follow the white man, they're like worse than the white man. Because they will sell the soul. They will do all type of things just for the dollar.
That's right.
Them demonic Edomites is leading us straight to death, y'all. But God said that he heard us when we cried. So we must start crying back to him again. Come on.
and repented according to the multitude of his mercies.
Come on, he repented for the multitude of mercies because he made an agreement with us. He made a covenant with us from back to the Old Testament to this New Testament. Old agreement, new agreement, he made it with us. That's why we're here today. Come on.
He made them also to be pitied of all those that carried them captives.
Come on.
Save us, O Lord our God.
That's what we supposed to be saying right now. In the midst of all this that Captain Scott brung out in this class, we got to ask him to save us. Come on.
And gather us from among the heathen.
We got to ask them to gather us from among the heathen. Some of us going to them willingly, but the righteous going to cry to the Lord and ask him to gather us from under their hand, under their evil, wicked hand. Come on.
To give thanks unto thy holy name, and to triumph in thy praise.
Come on.
Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. And let all the people say amen. Praise ye the Lord.
That's what we supposed to do to get from under the hand of this wicked, evil man. There's nothing but death follow him. You understand? We got to come back to life, Israel. Go ahead.
Yo, Cap, let me squeeze that in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's get that 1 John 3. Now we know the children of God and the children of the devil.
That's right.
Come on. That 9:10.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 9.
Come on.
Whosoever is born of God does not commit sin.
That's what Cap is saying to us. Yeah, I mean, we born in this earth. We have to see ourselves. We have to know ourselves as the children of the Most High. We're not supposed to lead by sin. We're supposed to lead by righteousness. Come on.
For his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God.
Come on.
In this, the children of God are manifest.
The children of God are manifest when they're doing God commandments. That's right. How you manifest. By doing God righteousness. That's right. That's how you manifest. Go ahead.
And the children of the devil.
We just read it. We just see what the white man has become in this earth. He is the children of the damn devil.
Right.
Go ahead.
Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of God.
You see that? It's clear now. You can see clear now. You can pick up your eyes from your behind, put it in your head now. Right. You're going to see clear now.
Right.
That's it.
Neither he that loveth not his brother.
Right.
For
come on. No, that's all I need. That's all I need. Go ahead, Cap.
Right. All praises, y'all. Hey, listen. Hey, let's give a big round of applause, Deacon Laba.
Yes, sir.
We're in the building.
Captain Hananiah.
Captain Hananiah, welcome back, man.
All praises. Hey, you know what we got to do right now. Hey, y'all. The Isaiah 11:11 project. Please send y'all money. Send y'all bread.
Donate,
yes,
donate.
Donate, y'all. All right. The scriptures say money is a defense. You know what I mean? All right. So and money answereth all things. All right. So don't feel no way. Send that bread. All right, because we got the prophets all over the world. All right,
that's right.
Gathering the 12. All right, so we need y'all help for what? Airfare, hotels, food, all of that. That's y'all brick that y'all putting in, and let the prophets take care of the rest. All right, and spread this word and gather the 12. All right, so donate to the Booster Club. All right,
and make sure you brothers and sisters are tuning in to this Nehemiah Squad. This is a lot of pertinent information that's coming out that you're not going to get nowhere else. You understand? That's infused with the Bible, God telling us, and we reading about it. So make sure y'all share, subscribe, comment. Make sure y'all being a part of this every Monday, all right?
I was happy to be here, man. All praise to the Most High, man.
We happy to have you, Deke, for real. I mean, you were supposed to come on before, but then you had to take off.
Man. The Lord stopped. The Lord went that storm to New York.
Yeah.
Yet, man, keep your prayer for brothers and sisters in New York, man. They got hit. Yeah, I mean, it's
East Coast.
Keeps. As a matter of fact, it's just like when you read the scriptures, we have to keep each other in fast and praying all time. Right. For the Lord to guide us and protect us in this evil place, man.
Right.
It's real talk.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Hey, save a couple of dollars for us here at the Nehemiah Squad. Just throw us a couple of bucks. You know what I mean? QR code. We need some new lights. We got Officer Jonah from New York in the house tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
he was running around checking our lights. He was like, man, y'all subpar with these lights.
Yeah.
So we trying to get it together, y'all. So throw us a couple of dollars.
Yo, Cap, I didn't want to complain about the light, but since you said that, man, you know.
Oh, man.
Israel, you can help.
Yeah, we've been struggling. But we're going to get there, all right? So that's the QR code, iuic.norcal@israelunite.org, PayPal, all right? All right, so next week, we got the founder of the Black Joy Parade. All right, her name is Alicia Greenwell. Right, we was gonna have her on tonight, but she couldn't get on. Well, I mean, she was never coming on tonight, but we were trying to get on since the Black Joy Parade was yesterday. But you know what? That's all praise to the Lord that she chose next week, because this thing was important tonight that we bring out this class. You know what I'm saying? So this sister, she's the one that founded the Black Joy. I think how long Black Joy been out? About 7 years now? 8 years?
Yep, about 7, 8 years.
Yeah,
2018.
Yep, 2018. So she gonna come on and we're gonna discuss how the thing got started and where she plan on taking this thing. All right. So Lord's will, Life Last will be on next week, 8:30. Sorry, y'all.
Next.
All right, that's it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you know what time it is.
Yeah. Hey, hold on, man. Y'all gotta get the. Hey, yo, Officer Judah, man, come in the shot, bro. Come in the shot real quick.
Yeah. Judah laid back.
Yeah. Yeah, we would have brought Jadiel in the shot, but he don't have his shirt on today.
Damn, Jadiel. You need to burn the
Yeah,
fact. There,
if he would have put his shirt on, we could have brought him in the shot. But there go Judah.
You crazy?
All right.
Stay there, Judah.
Yeah, stay there, Judah.
Stay there on, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, officer.
Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 21.
Yep.
Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you.
Guess what? If you do this thing again, we gotta lay hands on you. If you don't donate to the Booster Club, we gotta lay hands on you. Hey, guess what, Esau? God already gotta elect people. He got a chosen people. He got an elite people already. Then they called the Israelites. You keep doing that, we gotta lay hands on you. Hey, and if you don't do like I said, we got to bring the hammer so he can lay hands on you. This is the Nehemiah Squad. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got the mighty Deacon Lavaca. We got the mighty Captain Hananiah.
Yes, sir.
We got the mighty Captain Zakai.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
Officer Shim, and we got the mighty Officer Judah. We out.
All praises.
All
Christ
praises.
bless y'all.
Let's go, Israel.
For the Christ, and he ain't playing nice. Knew the end from the start. Fix your face like it's art. The sons of a simp, call them Bart. Yeah, you did your best, played your part, but now it's time to cut you to the heart. Flex on the case.